Everybody to...
Get a rock into it.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to The China Show, the real China Show. Not that boring financial analyst crap that stole our name.
Yes.
What is it?
325, episode 325. We've done a lot of episodes, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to West Central Texas. That's the area code for that place.
Yeah.
If you're from West Central Texas, give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. Give us something in chat. Tell us you're watching from there.
Exactly. Now, we've got a lot to cover. There have been some incredible things happening in China this week. And in fact, there is something, well, two things in particular that might actually force China to change.
Yes.
So let's saunter right into it with what's new. This is where we talk about what's new specifically with regards to China. So what do we got?
So they had a rocket launch in Sichuan. The watch is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's going up there. Everyone's cheering it on. They're like, "Wow, this is cool." But it was a bit of a rainy day, stormy day.
Take a look. Up it goes.
Oh, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, wow, that is really
Struck
insane.
by lightning. I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, it's fine.
You don't know that.
Well, you know the deal is China's tired of just polluting the seas and the land, and so now they're like, space, send some junk up there too.
Not everything
just
has to be
joking.
bad. Winston.
I am joking.
Come on.
I am joking. However, this is quite an interesting scene. A guy's messing around with his phone over here, as you can see. He's like, oh, it's getting a little hot. I think I'll put that on the table. They're like, oh, I'm going to stand here and film this. Oh, look, there's some smoke coming out. Let's get out of there. I'll tell you one thing, that phone has no honor.
Is that the brand?
Yes, that's the brand.
How did you know?
Oh, it's in the description.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy, we're starting real good today. Starting real hot.
Yeah, just like that phone.
I'm fired up. I got thermal runaway at this point.
Exactly. So, as you know, there's been a lot of disaster going on in China recently. We promise we're not going to show the floods again because it has been continuing.
But it's enough.
By the way, yes, we understand there is such a thing as Nesquik fatigue, as we call it, where you just see like muddy water washing houses away and stuff.
And you feel bad for like weeks, and then at the end you're like, what am I? Oh, stop.
It's just after a while, it all looks the same.
Yeah.
One thing I have to say, and we're not going to show it today, but Shanghai, the most sophisticated China city, was flooded too.
For sure.
Because the drainage there sucks just like the rest of China. So you've got all these fancy areas. By the way, it was during their like AI... They had a special like AI expo and stuff, and all the streets were like flooded, and people's cars were drowned and all this. Yeah. Anyway, so
I can't believe you said all floods look the same. You're so racist.
Come on, dude. If like one flood, you've seen one flood, you've seen them all. They're all tragic.
Skip the slapaganda.
No, I played it.
Okay. Well, what you were seeing was complete unnecessary nonsense.
Yes, because they can literally drive the truck up to the door.
Yes. Can we look at that for 2 seconds?
Okay. All right. We'll go back.
You can drive the truck to the door, right? The door's right up there.
Yeah.
You can drive up there, right?
Yeah, I mean, those little bollard things can be lifted out, those little pillars.
Yeah, not only that, but there's an entrance on the right, guaranteed.
Yes, 100%. Again, these kinds of things are only done for propaganda purposes. They get filmed and it's like, oh, look, the people are helping, forming a human chain to offload supplies. Meanwhile, they could have saved a lot of time and didn't need any of these people's help.
Supplies is completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Why do you they're taking it by supplies?
Yes, they're taking it by supplies.
I got you. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. Because this is my favorite clip of the week.
Yeah, what would have got? Oh, I saw this earlier.
Yeah,
I caught a glimpse of this.
So, guys, here's this guy. He's loading up his electric trike.
Loader ship, really.
Yeah, but I feel like he almost expects this to happen because he's too calm. He's like...
He holds on.
All right, just going along for the ride.
I would jump out. The dog comes
yeah,
out
that's interesting.
That's nice.
Okay.
Do you guys remember this?
Yep. Can you give them a quick recap?
Yeah, so there's this thing called Kimi AI, and it's from
Moonshot.
Yeah,
Moonshot AI, and Kimi is their like model.
And in this model, now, it's been scaring everybody. And in fact, it's only scaring people because these media outlets are running these articles that are like, America just lost its AI lead because this Kimi model from China is going to be free and it's so powerful. And we immediately said, there's absolutely no way. So we looked into it. Turns out it hadn't been proven yet.
Yes.
Most people hadn't been able to try it yet. The people that did beta test it in the West found it to be worse at almost every single metric.
Yes.
And so I was reading these articles, and I was like, "This is insane that they've got this much foothold in Western media, like China."
Yeah.
And we made a joke. We said, it was probably just distilled from a Western.
Yeah, just a copy.
Anyway.
It's not even its own thing.
So lo and behold,
someone tested. They said, "What is your name?" And it says, "I am Claude, an AI assistant made by Anthropic. What can I help you with today?"
And this is corroborated multiple times.
Yeah, this is not made up. This is real. This is real. So again, it's just stolen, distilled technology. It's not its own thing. China did not suddenly erase America's lead. They copied Claude.
Oh, I'm just so tired of the media running with these lies.
Yeah.
It's just like China plans by 2035 to like be net neutral carbon or whatever.
Yeah. So what
You
they can
plan all you want. I
can-
plan to be a freaking multimillionaire.
Yes, and I plan to be like the strongest man in the
Yes.
world by next year. It doesn't mean I'm gonna be.
You will.
Yeah, exactly. But then everyone's like posting articles. Winston is the strongest man and will be, by next year. Exactly. It's that kind of crap. Let's move on.
So we've been having a competition. Pause that right there.
Yeah.
We've been having a competition. Winston and I have challenged each other when we were in China to see if we could ever see a 7. And
Yes.
what a 7 is 7 people on one scooter or motorcycle.
Yes.
We've only seen 6.
Yes.
And so last time or a couple times ago, we showed you a 6 and people were like freaking out. They're like, I can't believe how many people they can fit on these things, right?
Yes.
This time we wanted to count together. So we have 1.
The one on the front is really like taking a chance. I guess she's sitting on the mudguard,
But like, look at the actual like muscle control because she has to keep her legs out like that.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they hit a bump, your knees are gone.
Yeah, well, at least her shoes.
Oh, that's a guarantee.
Yeah. So we got
1, 2. We got 2. We got someone crouched in front of the
someone's
dude.
cramped in over there. Then we got 3, 4.
3, 4, 5, 6. We still got a
6.
6. So
Yeah.
we still have not hit a 7 yet.
Yeah, unless there's like a child hiding in there somewhere.
Yes. Someone says, I've seen 9 in the countryside outside of Xi'an. David, I'm not going to say you're lying. I believe you.
Yes.
But we have to prove it, right?
Yes,
That's the thing.
yes. What's going on here?
So they went to the rapeseed fields, in Yunnan and Guizhou.
Yeah, we've
I'm
been
just
there.
waiting for you to just always
No,
commentate.
dude.
Why do they have
Yeah.
to name it rapeseed?
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
can't they call
Yeah.
it consensual seed?
Yeah, exactly. Surely they could
America's-
like ask, "Can I please take your seed?"
Exactly.
Like, no.
So anyway,
Yeah.
long story short, they go to these fields because they are quite picturesque. And if you stand up on the mountains, especially in Guizhou,
I was
you
also
look out.
thinking, like, think about this: if you had a bunch of rapists and you get sperm donations from them, you could call that rapeseed.
You took this way too far.
Sorry, just
Way too far. I set you up for a layup,
Yeah.
and you just hit a 3-pointer, but you also fouled.
yes, I did.
Somehow
Sorry.
you,
Let's move on.
Pulled your pants down and got kicked out of the game. Anyway,
Yeah.
the rapeseed fields are very picturesque because they're bright
Yes,
yellow.
no,
There's
we're
not a-
beautiful. We rode through them.
They are. They're really nice.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of nature in China that's that left untouched, right?
Yeah.
Especially in most of the developed areas. So people go to these provinces like Guizhou and
Yeah.
central China, and you get to see some nature. It's a treat.
Yeah.
It was for us when we were there. But rapeseed fields are full of bees. So when you're going to get your pictures,
Yeah, you be careful.
they
Yeah.
got absolutely rat
dude.
stingers everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, that's
man,
horrible.
That's just so funny,
Yeah,
though.
it is.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Where's that Oprah bee meme?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. By the way, this makes no sense.
Mm.
Take a look.
Guys find better.
Yeah. The guy is soaked. He is soaked from head to toe. Why does he hold up an umbrella?
Yeah. I mean, his head is wet.
Yeah.
Already.
I mean, there's no point. Yeah, I think he finally decided, I'm done with that umbrella because I got to try to swim here.
Well, he can stand.
Yeah, of course he can.
Yeah, he gave up. He should be going and trying to get like covers. He go get to the edge.
Yes.
Instead, he goes, I'm going to try to keep 1 inch of my body drier than the rest. I don't understand the logic.
Yeah. So anyway,
explain a little bit about rural countryside fun.
There's this very, very interesting phenomenon. We did a whole show about it before on
our patron show.
Yeah, on Shaban Ho. But
go check it out, by the way.
It's called Rural Fun, right?
Rural Fun.
What happens is people don't have a lot of entertainment in these smaller villages and towns outside of the big cities. So they just go about their daily life. They're usually farming or whatever they do. And occasionally you have these like rural circus folk that come to town to make money. And they'll set up in the square little activities. And it usually involves them like smashing beer bottles on their heads and doing tricks and flipping and doing weird things like smacking their balls with a hammer, or there's like, it's strange.
It's weird
stuff. It's always very strange.
Spitting fire, swallowing swords.
And it's sometimes very entertaining.
Or the drill.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, they always have to try and up their game and come up with new things. Yeah, we will never show you the drill one. Anyway, what this woman is doing is showing her amazing technique of basically holding a long string or noodle.
It's a noodle.
It's going through her nose and out of her mouth.
And by the way, people are paying to see this.
Yes. You see, she's got a microphone, right?
Yeah.
Because she's going to be hosting. She'll be like, Daja, don't you lie. She'll be like, everybody come here. And then she'll do tricks. Yeah. And other guys will do tricks and they'll have these
She'll definitely do the smash the beer and spray it on herself.
spray beer on everything. And then there might be a monkey on a bicycle. You never know. There's all sorts of things like that. Yeah, exactly. But she's doing the long noodle through the mouth and nose trick, which is...
This is so bad.
I know.
It's not even impressive. It's just uncomfortable to watch and to do.
I think it's entertaining for people because they're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, like, it's not a good idea, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
It's like flossing your nose. Yeah. Anyway, let's carry on. What's this guy doing?
This guy has hired a woman to do something very important for him. It's kind of like a full-time secretary.
Okay. So lame.
The top was already.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I think everybody saw that. I don't think you needed to explain that. Yeah.
Well,
just making the straw shorter. You know that's going to bite him later when he gets down to the bottom.
True. I just want to pause on that real quick to say that is a classic example
of Chinese humor.
Mm-hmm. And we're not showing you that because we found that entertaining. We're showing you that because you have to understand the psyche of internet humor in China.
Yeah.
That is like that's a top tier joke.
It is. It's very funny.
It's really good.
Yeah. Okay, what's going on with the donkey?
So the cops found this donkey and they actually managed to track down its original owner, and it actually made the news in like propaganda.
Of course, like we handed his donkey back to him. Yeah, that's nice. It's public service.
It's finally they did something useful.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's nice, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So we have a little segment from time to time, and it's called 能骗就骗, which means if you can cheat, then cheat, which is a very well-known saying in China. And it's well-known because it's something that you're warned against.
Yeah.
So it's well-known as in, it's not, you don't tell everybody go out and cheat. It's like, be careful because, if people can cheat you, they will cheat you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's used in that format most of the time. I was told that by my Chinese friends all the time. When you go to the market and buy something, be careful.
Yes.
能骗就骗. They're going to try and charge you double, triple.
It's like a piece of advice.
Yeah. So here we have a couple of examples. I wanted to start off with this.
现在真的是世界之大，无奇不有。昨天有一个大叔来买包子，他说。
Okay, so I'll quickly translate. So it's like, yesterday this old guy came here. He wanted to buy some baozi. Baozi are steamed buns. They're great, by the way. I love them.
Yep.
You get them with meat inside or, the kind of vegetables, that type of thing. So it's a breakfast food usually. So he came to get a couple of baozi, so 2 or 3 baozi.
他没有带钱，然后把。
So he's like, he said, oh, I forgot to bring money, but I've got this box of medicine, the sealed box of medicine. I'll leave it here as collateral, and then I'll go home, get money, and come back to pay you.
他刚拿了药放在这里，说回去拿了钱再过来把快递拿走，然后包子老板同意了。结果这个快递从昨天一直放到今天，现在还没有人拿。
So he's like, she's kept it like overnight, and he still didn't come back. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna.
我就手欠给他打开了，结果看一下这是啥。 给别人大姐都无语了呀！你说现在就为了吃个包子，行骗到这。
It's just trash.
Bro left a box of trash as collateral for like a 10-cent Baozi.
Yeah, he took 2 or 3 Baozi. He's like, he set up this elaborate thing. I've got this box of medicine. I haven't opened it yet. You know, it's delivered to me. I'll leave it as collateral. I'll come back and pay you later.
What an elaborate scam. You know what I mean? For like 50 cents.
I know. And I mean, now he can't go back there.
Oh, maybe he was transient, like he's going on to somewhere else.
I just love that there's corn husks and a random bag of just random trash.
I also
He
love
mixed
that
it up.
someone filmed this and thought it was important enough to put online. It's
Still,
great.
I mean, it just shows you that
so
nung
funny.
pian jiu pian, like if you could cheat, then cheat
鸡
mentality.
放在这里骗别人几个包子。
我们2个不要吵了，不要吵，一个人一半，一个人一半，不要吵了，不要吵，一个人一半，一个人一半。
So this is quite
I
interesting.
love that the cameraman's trying to moderate here.
Yeah. He's like, why don't you guys just share it? Why don't one of you take half, the other take half? Because what's going on here is this uncle and this auntie, they're fighting over this piece of cardboard that they found in the trash.
Yeah.
Okay, because they can recycle it.
Yeah.
And they're unwilling to let go. So they've
They'll
been
make
there.
like maybe 1 cent.
Yeah, so they've been there for a long time, like basically tug of warring over this piece of cardboard. And the guy's like, why don't you guys just cut it in half? And then the old lady's like, because I want to get all the money for it. You know, they're just not willing to let go.
啊，你去帮他圈一下，你去帮他们分呐，
一人一半，2个都松手。
你给他们
I
分嘛
love。that people are trying to moderate this.
I know. It's funny.
It
It's
is.
because it just defies logic.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I mean?
absurd.
Just like, why not just share it?
Yeah.
This is a lady who's in the shop. And what happens is when you buy rice, you buy it by weight, right? So,
Yeah.
and it's fairly cheap. Like
Yeah.
it's not very expensive.
It's also full of chemicals and pesticides. in
Oh,
China.
yeah. But she's figured out a way to put expensive things inside of her rice, like this bottle of sauce. Looks like lao gama or something, which costs a lot more than
By
rice.
weight.
Yeah,
Because it's oil.
yeah. And there we go. So she can hide it in the rice and
Pay rice price
yes,
for oil.
You pay rice price for the sauce. Yeah, oil sauce. And then this, okay, guys. What we've got here is this guy asked for a watermelon from this lady who's the watermelon seller, this auntie.
Okay.
Okay. Now I can't take any side here. I think both of them are just ridiculous.
Okay.
So
Well, we gotta see it.
yeah, apparently the watermelon seller cut open the watermelon.
Okay.
Because he wanted to buy like half a watermelon or something, and it wasn't ripe.
Mm.
So then the guy's like, I'm not gonna pay you.
I gotta buy this.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. So then she refused to let him go and was like arguing with him and, you know, trying to force him to pay for the watermelon.
Okay.
He didn't take it.
Okay.
This is what happened. So he wants to escape, so he takes his shoes.
Came back.
Yeah, the other one did it.
Boomerang.
Yeah.
What am I? What?
And then he just ran off.
You didn't want the smoke, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't want the smoke.
Exactly. Then we got this auntie over here. Okay, she's at the wet market. You have some meat over here. Let's see what she does. Did you see that? Sleight of hand.
Ooh, it's sleight of hand.
Meat in the jacket. But unfortunately for her,
Oh, she got caught.
Yeah.
That meat looks horrible.
yeah, dude.
That looks like rocks.
I think it's that like fried, maybe deep fried meat or something. Or maybe not.
You buy deep fried meat?
No, I mean, okay, well, let's look at it quickly. Let's try and discern this
It
because
looks so gross.
it does look very bad. But look, you know, like those big chunks of these look like maybe deep fried. Maybe I'm wrong though. No,
I don't think
no,
so.
you're right. This just looks like old
I've
meat.
never seen that before.
Just looks like old meat.
Is it old ass dead meat? Well, I hope it's dead.
Well, either way, I don't think taking like raw meat, whatever, and sticking it in your jacket's such a great idea.
Bro, this woman is such an amateur. I think I told you about
Mm-hmm.
meatman.jpg. In my local supermarket growing up, there was
Yeah.
a guy that would dress up in a dress, like a woman's dress.
Okay.
And he would just fill his whole ass dress up and tape meat and stuff to his legs. He stole so much meat, but what he would do
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
is go out into the parking lot into his car and then open the trunk and then sell it. So he would sell it like for like a third of the price or whatever. So they caught him on camera, and around the store they had it like meatman.jpg or whatever. It was like on the actual printout of him wearing a dress.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's really
they
funny.
got him.
Oh, good, good. Yeah. Why are you trying to
She only got a
steal
little
meat?
chunk and didn't even get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucks.
Right, guys, before we continue and get on to the main topic, we have a word we'd like all of you to listen to, if you don't mind. Let's do it. Let's word it up. Word up. Word down.
Do you know of a place where sailors hang out?
What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to locate some sailors.
In what?
Shenmue?
Oh, okay. Are you? It doesn't look like it's even on.
Yeah, there seems to be a problem. Can you check the console, see if the CD's in there properly?
Sure. What's this? Winston's purchase history. 2003 greatest highlights of senior over 75 years old bocce ball championship DVD. What's that?
I'm still waiting for it to arrive. It's actually pretty expensive, to be honest.
Oh my
But
goodness.
why? Like, I don't like the fact that people are getting to know my little hobbies.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to fix this for you.
Are those people sailors?
Still not getting any response from the Guess what?
What?
Something in here.
Oh.
What is this? What's stopping me from finding these sailors? Okay. Complete Golden Girls Pog collection, including the rare B. Arthur Bikini limited edition slammer. Dude.
Don't tell everyone about this. How do you think people got this information?
Data brokers.
That's why you should use Incogni.
Do you know any places where sailors hang out around here?
It's pretty scary when you realize that almost everything about you is online for anyone to see. Your name, address, phone number, even relatives. That's not just creepy. That's actually how scams, identity theft, and stalking actually start.
You read about data breaches and all that kind of nonsense, and then you realize that you are becoming a victim of scams and identity theft, and that's actually a possibility.
Absolutely. That's why we started using Incogni. Incogni automatically works on your behalf to remove your personal data from the internet. Not just data brokers, but sites that publish your information without consent. You set it up once, approve them to act for you, and they handle the messy, time-consuming work. We noticed a massive change after we started using Incogni.
What I really like is Incogni's new custom removal feature on their unlimited and family unlimited plans. If you find your info on a specific people search website, or any random website, to be honest, you can point it out and the privacy agents will actually take care of it for you.
Go to incogni.com/ADV podcast and use code ADV podcast to get 60% off an annual plan. They can't harm you if they can't find you.
Click the link below, use the code ADV podcast, and take your personal data back today.
And now I gotta go find those sailors. Awesome. What's going on here?
Well, I'll tell you what, my fellow farmers, it's time to click that like button. I know you haven't seen me in a while because you know what, you guys have been doing good without me. We've had a record number of likes in these days. You know that if we don't seed the feed, and we don't put those seeds down on the ground, then they won't grow into beautiful likes. So all you have to do is click that like button and you can kind of seed the feed yourself. And what that will do is actually make this video go out to more and more people so they can see the truth and the real message that we're trying to get across. So this is a message from the like farmer. We'd like to hit 5,000 likes
That's
today.
a lot.
Yes.
You seriously trying to hit that?
We can do it.
Yeah, please do, because then he doesn't have to come back later.
And if you hit 8,000 likes, then Winston will have to wear a cat hat.
Nice.
Kitty hat, remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, that rule still pertains.
Okay, good.
Click that
And
thumbs
that'll
up.
never happen, so I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Let's move on with the show, shall we? You ready? Okay, let's do it. What are we looking at here?
Zhongshan, China. That is a city in southern China. And what we're looking at is a bunch of almost 90% of its businesses shuttered.
Okay, this is like known
This
as the
is
light.
weird.
Isn't this like the light
is.
district? This is where people make lights.
So this is it's an ancient town. It's one of
Okay.
the oldest cities in China. And it's the capital of Chinese lighting. Recently has had a large scale shutdown of lighting shops. Apparently 90% of the stores all decided. So keep in mind, this is where everyone's getting their lights.
Yeah, so all these kind of lights that you buy on Amazon, everything,
Yes.
they're all made here.
Yes. And so 90% of these stores all shut down. And they all said that, hey, we all have to go on a holiday.
Yeah.
What was actually happening was a quality certification team was coming around unannounced. And they were going to inspect the quality of the lights. And the fire safety regulations. So making sure the hoses are there, making sure everyone has good fire safety
fire
protocol.
extinguishers. And...
Yeah, because the factory fires around China have been insane. It's like hellfire everywhere, right?
Well, isn't that just an admission of guilt?
I know it really is, but it's so funny because they even threaten them with like massive fines and stuff. Like if you do this, you're screwed.
Yeah, if you
still shut.
Yeah, if you shut down, and you will be fined, and they did it anyway.
Because they'd rather like worry about that later and like try to figure it out after they scramble to like fix this.
Yeah,
90% of basically, I mean, this is where all the lights in the world are made, right?
Yeah,
90% of these places close.
All these little solar lights and things like that. It's very telling when the majority, because people are going around filming it, they all shut at the same time because they heard that there were going to be inspections, or they were at least alerted that inspections were going to start.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that just is an admission of guilt that none of them are up to spec. You know what I mean? They've either fire hazards, the lights themselves, or their facilities there don't have the right fire equipment and so on.
That's correct.
Kind of crazy. But this is not unique.
It is not. Just
because
let it roll.
This is Nenjiang in Hehei.
What are you, dyslexic? The Black River.
Yes.
Local merchants collectively closed their stores and ceased operations due to local government's departments starting double random inspections. They posted a video showing the local merchants and restaurants were still keeping their doors closed out of fear for higher level inspections, despite threats of massive fines.
Dude, again,
whole city.
Imagine they're like, oh, you're going to be inspected, so what do you do? Oh, we better just close our doors and pretend to go on holiday.
Because they know that they're going to get shut down.
Because none of them are following regulations, and it's so common in China to not follow regulations.
Oh yeah, it's
look at it. It's crazy. Like everything's shut, even just the restaurants and stuff on the walking streets.
Yeah,
you know?
The whole city shut down.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that means the entire city's not up to code. That means every single shop and restaurant has something to hide. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's dirty. It's a hazard. It's going to blow up. It catches on fire. I mean, there's a reason we see these every week, right?
Very true. Very true.
You'll see many.
Yeah. I mean, just look at all the shutters down there. There's all little shops, from things from pharmacies to bicycle repair shops to you name it. They're all shut. There's a cell phone shop over there.
Yep.
You know?
I know.
It's interesting to see the scale. So these happen at almost the same time.
Within a month, yeah.
Yeah.
Within a month.
Within a month, yeah.
You can fast forward. There's another big one.
Are you sure? I'm really enjoying this commentary from this woman in the car.
Oh, well, I'm not.
You sure?
Yeah, so let's split the difference.
It's fascinating.
Split the difference and maybe move forward a little bit. Right?
Okay. Yeah, we will. How far do you want to go?
I want to get to the point where the next city we're at.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you see, you just had to be patient.
No, we didn't, because we're still there.
Oh, we're still in Nenjiang?
We're just getting more examples of the same place.
But I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting.
It's pretty cool, right?
I mean, it's not cool. It's
You'd
bad.
see some different architecture, a little bit.
Is that Could that be considered architecture?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
We could see something a little different. It's brown instead of concrete gray.
You're right.
You know?
That does make it stand out, doesn't it?
It's different. Yeah, it does.
It's different for China.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of interesting, you know?
Because it's all the way up there in the north, near Russia.
Yeah.
Took a little influence from the old Ruskies, I think.
Now, you might think that this is on loop, but it's actually not.
They're all
they all look the same, okay? That's the thing. All these little building complexes look exactly the same. So it's not on loop, I promise you. Like that, see, that you would have thought that was a loop.
You would have thought.
But it's not.
But it's not.
Yeah, you would have thought, but now you won't. Oh. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
So this is in Chaozhou. Look at this. This is an actual walking street, and this is a big city, by the way.
Yeah.
This is it's a main part of Guangdong. You can turn him down a little bit, but he's just talking about. He's like, this is at this time is when everything's open, right?
Yeah.
So there is a assessment of fire safety, environmental protection, and hygiene. The businesses themselves, if they fail to meet the standards, then they will actually be suspended, right?
Sure.
If they found a violation, at least 50,000 RMB would be imposed. So it's like almost $10,000.
That's a lot.
As a result, after the notice was issued, a number of shops and enterprises in Chaozhou directly closed their doors and refused inspections. Yes. This led Chaozhou, the authorities, to issue an emergency notice the next day requiring businesses and shops to open and cannot refuse inspections without valid reasons, but they all just shut down.
Yep.
It's so funny that when push comes to shove, you realize how many corners are cut. And you have to think about this from the perspective of like food you buy from China.
Yeah.
Or if you're in China, you're buying stuff, right? Clothing quality, really just any sanitary conditions, safety.
There is a big issue with that because when you buy something here in the States, in your mind, you're like, oh, great. It's got it has to pass certain safety standards to be sold here.
Yeah.
But the people that are inspecting it for safety standards, they are not actually inspecting the device themselves. They're looking at the certificates coming from the source, from the origin. So when a Chinese factory sends some lights over here, for instance, they will have a certification that says this has passed whatever safety.
Yeah.
And so they take their word for it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they have their own domestic. It's like whenever you rely on China for like their official stats, right?
Even if it's a CE mark or some kind of international certification, they can fake it, and they do fake it in China. So you see it, okay, let it in.
In the markets, right?
Yeah.
They would sell those stickers.
Absolutely. So that's why you see so many recalls. I mean, if you actually pay attention to the amount of recalls for devices that are sold here, it's astronomical.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. This is why you need to do those inspections, is because you just get tons of fires. And this is, of course, in Shanghai.
In Pudong, in like the main area of Shanghai. And this is not something that China wants to see because this is their shining beacon of development.
It's just like Yangpu is all full of water right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're a shining beacon of international, partnership. Shanghai.
That's definitely a shining beacon of flames.
Factories even going up in Shanghai. And that is, again, it's not a good look, right?
Yeah.
China is supposed to be this kind of replacement for the U.S. in the global order and manufacturing and all this kind of stuff it claims to be.
Yeah.
And it's just going up in flames. Quite literally. I mean, last week I think we probably had 10 factory fires or something.
Yeah, we've lost count at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And we're hopefully there's somebody that's been keeping track and making maps and stuff every now and then. I think they'll send them to us. But it's crazy. It's unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
This is funny too. Shanghai, they set up these like friendship places, like these love stations where you can get water if you're having an emergency, or if you're a delivery worker, or you're a street sweeper or whatever. You can get water and you can rest and get out of the sun.
Yes.
It turns out
they're locked.
They're just locked.
They're
it's
locked
just for
most
propaganda.
of the time. Yeah.
So they did it for a photo shoot and have the CCP officials stand outside of them and they shake hands.
And then they just lock it and leave it.
Then they lock it and leave it because they don't want to actually keep them going.
This next segment's pretty hilarious.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So this is Beyond the Great Firewall.
Yep.
We take you behind China's, strict intranet and see what's happening there. Well, this is a fun one. Let's take a look.
Pause it real quick when we get to the beginning here. I'm going to preface this is Chinese slop, so just keep this in mind.
Yes.
We don't want to get that flag about like, oh, YouTube says this is AI content. Yes, we're showing you, but we have the disclaimer next to it. Right now, a huge trend in China for stoking nationalism is what they're trying to do.
Yes.
That's usually a bad sign. It usually means they're prepping for something.
Yeah.
They're stoking nationalism by making seed dance videos or high-level AI videos of Chinese people beating up foreigners, and usually
teaching foreigners
people.
A lesson.
Yeah, like white Americans usually. Sometimes black Americans.
Yes.
And so they teach them a lesson. And the premise around this is that the foreigner comes to China and doesn't want to line up.
Yes.
Wants to break the rules. They want to be special. And Chinese people have to put them in their place because Chinese people are rule followers. The civil society is superior, and Americans, all they want to do is just take advantage and push people around, which is so hilariously backwards.
Yeah, it's complete opposite, yeah.
But these videos are going viral, and older people are taking them dead seriously.
Yeah, a lot of older people in China believe they're real. Let's take a look.
美国人，我在这里想怎么样就怎么样，你们中国人管不着。
我不管你来自哪个国家，只要身在中国的土地上，就要遵守中国的规矩，尊重中国人，惩恶扬善。我这样做。
Okay, so this is how the standard works. So this American blonde guy goes, I'm American, I can do whatever I want.
Yes.
You Chinese people can't control me. And then the woman goes, hey, you're in China, you got to follow our rules.
And then she beats him up with kung fu.
And then at the end, looks at the camera and says, did I do the right thing? And the people in the comments say, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
有人支持吗？
This little boy.
这里是中国的地盘，轮不到你在这里撒野。
So the guy wanted to hop the turnstile.
Yeah.
And the kid throws him like proper wrestling.
Massive, that guy looks like a wrestler,
This beast, giant American guy gets thrown down by a little boy. And the boy says, this is Chinese territory. You can't act wild here.
Yes. By the way, I like how at the bottom there it says, this may contain AI generated. What do you mean this may contain? This may? This is only. Anyway.
大家都在排队，你凭什么动手推人？我是美国人，我不想排队就不排队。
It's like, I'm American. If I don't want to queue up. I'm not going to queue up.
Yeah, I'm not going to line up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna wait in
exactly.
line. He pushes the old lady out of the way. This has never happened in the history of mankind.
No, it's like a fantasy.
Yes.
You know.
Well, it's also, no offense, but it's also what happens in China every day with just Chinese people, right?
Absolutely.
Because
I mean,
uneducated people, they don't line up. They push each other out of the way. They
queuing is a
they
big problem in
litter.
China, yeah.
So it's all these things that are actually problems in China. And
they're
then
trying to
blaming
blame it
them
on foreigners.
Americans.
Yeah, weird, eh?
Yeah.
对，你敢拦我？在中国的土地上，没人能够撒野。你不打工的也配在这儿吃饭，给我点头哈腰。
我们是来做事的，不是来给你点头哈腰的。中国人不受你欺负。
I love that in these scenarios, there's like in a factory or something, and there's like some beast American guy working in a factory alongside Chinese people in China,
And
speaking
that like,
fluent Chinese.
yeah, that like middle-aged elderly woman decides this thin woman beat him up. It doesn't, there's no reality.
There's not 1 ounce
Yeah, exactly.
of believability.
Yeah.
你干什么？这里是公共场合。
我踹了怎么了？有本事你动我一下试试。
All right, pause that one. He goes, "What are you doing? This is like a public area or whatever."
Yeah.
And he goes, "What's wrong with me kicking you?
Yeah.
You want to try something?" And he's like, puts the noodles on
Yeah, in his head,
and
yeah.
kicks him.
It's, I mean.
In what scenario does
what are you
this
doing? Like
exist?
Mr. T will wipe you out. You know what I mean? Pity the fool.
AI Mr. T
Yeah,
is gonna
dude,
F you up, bro.
seriously.
我这样做对吗
买？票我可以直接进，
What's this
我是
guy?
外国人，不用买票，我可以直接进去。
这里
Who says that?
I
Imagine you walk to, I'm a foreigner. I don't need to buy a ticket. If I want to
can
walk
just
in,
go
I'll
in.
just walk in by myself
Yeah.
for free, you know?
What this?
Imagine doing that.
No one does that.
No. I'm a foreigner. I can just walk
Who
in
says
for free.
I'm a foreigner?
Yeah.
Who walks around saying I'm a foreigner? You'd probably say where you're from if you were
Yes.
gonna be a dick about it.
Exactly. Anyway, what's this guy?
是中国，任何人都要遵守买票进去，
买票进去，
赶紧给钱买票，不然就叫保安。
He's like, in China, you gotta buy a ticket. And he says, if you don't buy a ticket, I'm gonna call the security on you. And
Yes.
the guy's like freaking out. He's
Ooh,
like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
I will.
Exactly. Oh, why do they always have these like roid rage looking guys? You know what I
Guy's
mean?
like freaking, what is it? What is it? Liver King.
Yeah. Yeah.
拉我！
这里是中国的地盘，轮不到你在这里撒野。
Same thing. That's the new quote right now. It's
Yeah.
like, you're in Chinese territory, you can't act wild.
Yeah, exactly. You basically have to follow our rules, is
Yeah.
what it translates to. It's like you're in China, you're on Chinese territory, you follow our rules, you know?
Yeah.
我这样做对不对？师傅，请排队。
我是外国人，你们就该让着我。怎么？
She's like, hey, you got to line up. He's like, I'm a foreigner. You just better let me like get in
Just
here.
Let me, you have to make
Yeah.
room for me.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Who says that?
Yeah. No one.
No one.
No one's
in
ever
the history
said,
of man.
Never, ever. And also, he wouldn't be a factory worker wearing a factory worker's uniform.
I know. At least they gave him a Russian accent. It makes it a little more accurate. You know what I mean?
想打架？
He goes, do you want to fight?
Yeah.
对不对？
可以
He's
的。
like, did I do it? What I did is correct?
Yes.
Because that's eliciting comments,
Yes,
right, from these
yeah.
old people that are
Yeah.
watching.
Oh, dude, this is my absolute
Is
favorite.
this your favorite?
Yeah, so the guys ordered a Uber,
Uber.
a
Okay.
Didi. It's called a Didi in China. So he's ordered this Uber, but then this foreigner hops in, right?
傻逼！
Can we see that again?
Yeah, definitely.
That means you stupid C word.
Yeah,
You can say dumbass.
yeah.
It's fine, like,
Well, I mean, it's like
you
it's
sucker.
it's a pretty bad
It's pretty bad.
insult,
It's
but
pretty
it's
bad.
basically like he gets in, you're like, haha, F you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically what he's doing.
可以的。傻逼！你他妈敢欺负我们中国？
So you see these comments.
Yeah, okay, this is the
Good
more
job.
insidious part, really.
Good
Yeah.
job. Knock out his younger brother. And chill out, YouTube. These are not our comments. We're looking at
Yeah.
other people's comments.
Knock out his younger brother means knock out his dick. Because Xiao Didi means, you know, that's the Chinese
Punch
word
him
for
in the-
that.
punch him
Punch
in
him in the balls, basically.
Yes.
Yes.
I love yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why doesn't the beautiful woman cripple it? If it's kept, it will never be able to experience pleasure or produce offspring.
See, cripple it again. They
how
say they're always like
insidious is this?
go after the genitals, you know?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. In reality, you wouldn't dare. I like
yeah,
that
that's
at
true.
least.
Well, let me get out of here. Well done. Treating foreigners is all about beating them. What?
Mercilessly beating them.
Throw the foreigners out.
out.
Yeah. They're not that many there anyway.
No.
What, this foreigner really deserves to be beaten in Chinese territory. You still want to act reckless? Aren't you due for a beating? Well done. Give a thumbs up. Hit hard. Okay, good job. Kill this white-skinned dog.
What the? Bro, guys,
come on.
rein it in.
Yeah. We're targeting the Americans, yes.
Dude, that's the one I want everyone to take away. That's what China is trying to push on its people right now.
Yes.
Target Americans.
Yeah.
It is, quite literally. Why do you make clips like that?
Yeah, why do you allow them to proliferate
Yes.
on the world's most
Yes.
censored internet unless you want it to be out there, right?
Yes.
Silly. Yeah, so silly. Xenophobic.
Such bull.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A little bit of tofu Drake for you over here. Hotel's awning fell down, but I think...
Newer one.
Yeah, well, they were renovating it.
Yeah.
But the worst part is that they were renovating that awning while still operating, things as usual. So they were allowing people in and out of the entrance while they're busy working on it, and it collapsed,
Gosh.
resulting in 4 injuries.
Eventually, everything just has to fall down, then they can start fresh, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Use better calls.
Yeah, exactly.
Start fresh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, yeah.
Get the idea. Nice. You're loud.
It's because that's not the real sound. They steal it from... They steal these ambulance sounds and stuff from firefighter videos online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why you hear like the
Why did they-
fire engine breaking.
Why
and,
did they do that?
because
Yeah, it
they-
reminds me of the Serbian train station.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah, it's the same
awning that
deal.
collapsed and that killed people.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a Belt and Road Tofu Drake thing.
Yeah.
This goes on and on and on and on, and I'm gonna fast forward it.
Absolutely
just, wow,
fast forward
on Earth that.
Dude, look at
yeah.
I know we have by the way, this is like an anti-homeless thing that
Yeah,
they're what is
exactly.
it called? Like hostile architecture or whatever.
Yes, so homeless people don't.
because there's so many homeless people living under bridges right now.
Yep,
They're trying to block it up.
correct.
This
This
looks
is real.
crazy. This is at a tourist destination. We were like, this is AI. No, we ran it through AI fact checkers. This is bad quality.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is a real tourist destination. Isn't that
yeah,
crazy?
It's insane. The
But
flooding
Sichuan-
hasn't stopped.
No. So Sichuan's been hit with flooding and all that kind of stuff too.
Mhm.
But here
Yeah.
we had, in that tofu tray, but here we have massive subway fire. It was like right outside the
Yeah,
subway
right outside
station.
the subway station. Yeah.
Apparently it was a factory of sorts. But right outside the subway station again. And this has actually happened multiple times where a factory behind or next to a subway station in Chengdu has exploded.
weird.
I don't get why.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it probably is? They probably store crappy chemicals and stuff, and they use the subway as their like transportation. That's why they put it near there, so they can bring in.
It would be like really convenient.
Yeah.
Right? You have big buckets.
Yeah, big buckets of like.
formaldehyde
Yeah,
or whatever
exactly.
the hell
Yeah.
you do it.
Something,
Yeah.
some explosive thing. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. Oh, I thought we weren't going to show the Nesquik River today.
Oh, just a little.
Okay.
Fujian, so eastern China just got absolutely wiped out.
Yeah.
Fujian, huge manufacturing hub in China, not a rural place in the mountains of Guizhou or something.
Yes.
This is a place where stuff's being made. So this is going to hit China.
Again, apologies for people who think this is just the same old
not.
stuff, but it's not. This
not.
is still, the flooding has continued, and parts of China that weren't affected previously are now affected, and parts that were also affected have been affected again. So, dried up, and they took a bunch of stuff out, and then more floods came again.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff we wanted to show. There was a guy that was going around. He went to see the aftermath and that after the dam, the dams burst or whatever.
Yes.
And he was talking to the people, and they were like, all the cleanup crew left. They didn't help.
Yeah.
And so he's walking around. He's just giving money to these poor people trying to clean up their town.
Yeah, exactly. You'll see, like, there's a lot of good spirit in the Chinese
There
people.
is.
They
There is.
are good people.
There
What's
are.
going on over here?
So this is, check this out.
Methane explosions.
Yeah, it was a methane explosion in Shantou. So what happened was the sewer, the sewer system built up with too much methane gas and exploded everywhere. But it did cause a serious problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, there's lots of fire safety hazards and so on. Ah, yes.
So IKEA just sold 8 of its branches in China.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to show maybe why.
Yes. This,
You can examine this video. This is a common site, and you can corroborate this. If you go to an IKEA in China, it's kind of like a home away from home.
yes.
People are using the AC, they're using the beds.
They didn't really
naps.
understand when they entered business into China that there's certain things that don't work very well in China, like offering free things. Like, for instance, They actually had to stop the self-serve coffee in China because what was happening is people would come in and actually just empty all the sugar or empty all the coffee grounds or whatever into bags to take away. You know, the grab bags, not buy anything. They just go in there and also it's a nice place to chill out in the air conditioning, you know, in the hot summer days. So people just go and sleep.
People don't want to spend their own electricity or they don't have AC.
Yeah.
So they go and do that. I'm so confused as to why or how you can do this in public and not feel embarrassed.
It's very normal. I've got footage, and you remember if you go to lunch, there'll be people sleeping in the restaurants, even in the fancy shopping malls. So it's seen as normal. And China does have a siesta culture.
Yeah.
So every day during lunch, people do sleep.
Yeah.
And they either sleep in the office on their desks or on cots, or they sleep out there in public.
It's true.
So yeah,
it's true.
Just a quick update on sort of the job situation. There was a job opening for flight attendants, and this many people turned up.
This is how bad the unemployment is right now.
Yeah.
This is one. Just one job, right?
Yeah.
So all these people showed up, and of course, you know, the only person that's going to get that job is the person that paid them off or has some uncle in the company.
Yeah, probably.
So it's all just like just a facade.
It is.
Right,
guys. Now we're moving on to slopaganda. Okay, we got something very interesting to show you here today. This is really frustrating. Okay, we've been seeing a lot of this kind of nonsense come out. This particular individual works for Chinese state media, works for CGTN, and runs a podcast. He's an employee of the Chinese state. And so his full-time job is just to post propaganda out there. And the problem is that people fall for this crap.
Yeah.
So the reason we show you slopaganda is to cut through the rubbish. For instance, here he says, while the US is still debating whether life-saving medicine should be available to the poor, China is already building the next phase of humankind's future. Fact. Well, you know, if I were to rebut this, I would say, while China cannot debate anything because it's not allowed,
yes,
full stop.
Yeah. So I saw this and I said, this looks very suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Anyone who knows anything about physics and stuff knows that. How is that thing going to steer?
Yeah.
How is it?
Also, just from the layers
trees
of the
are
trees
all
in
the
sky.
same.
So I zoomed it in here, and I wanted you to watch. You can see the sky loop. Do you see that?
Yes.
I zoomed it in. Watch. See the sky jump here. So the sky ran out of its video, and then it loops right about. Just keep an eye on the sky.
Okay,
there.
I'm watching the sky.
Oh,
there,
See
yeah,
how it jumps there. So what this is just straight up AI video. So I made sure I ran it through Hive moderation.
It is.
And of course, it is AI. It's made a seed dance. So what bothers me, if you pause it there, is that you had somebody post something that ended up getting, I think, probably over 1 million views.
Yeah, this particular post got like 1.2 million views, something like that.
So over 1 million views. And it's one thing if you want to post something fake or AI or whatever. It's one thing if you do that. It's another thing if you're doing it for the reason of destroying your own country.
Yeah.
So the whole crux of this is not that this truck is real. The whole crux of this is you need to make Americans feel like their system has failed and China is a utopia. Not to get them to move to China, but to get them to not believe in their own system, not participate in their own system. This has very nefarious goals, right?
Yes.
It's not just like a innocuous. So you might look at this and be like, oh, this is just AI slop. No, its goal is to make you as an American hate your system, hate your country.
Correct.
And so that's what bothers us about this.
Well, the fact that they're using AI for propaganda like this, state employees, you know, CCP state employees are
aimed
using
at
it.
Americans.
Yeah, they're willing to lie. They're willing to what is the correct word? You deceive people into thinking that this is the reality in
with
China.
no repercussions.
Yeah,
right?
so there's no proof of anything good. Also, just trying to, you know, push buttons on those like homegrown issues in the US.
That's all it is.
Where China has just as many, in fact, more. So now this has become a thing. You know, while the US debates whether to solve homelessness or not, these are next generation of school blackboards in China. These are the next generation of school blackboards.
That ended up getting what, like 4 million views or something?
Oh, 2 million.
Pause it there because we had a good response there.
So now the thing is, it wasn't only posted here, it was posted on Reddit by someone else as well. So this is obviously like a coordinated effort. So it's not just this one guy. It's obviously like other propagandists with
he's towards the top,
with
though.
almost the same text and the same clip.
That's you can tell it's a mandate from the CCP.
Yeah, you can tell it's something that they're supposed to do. So the whole point is you got to say like, while America debates X, Y, Z, and then you can put in whatever like problem you want. China is using outdated tech.
So China didn't invent smart boards.
Of course not.
The U.S. has had them for decades now.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember a smart board when I was still in high school.
Well, I love this. I love this quote because somebody left a comment and they said, "I graduated high school 19 years ago, and we had smart boards then. Hell, we had them as far back as my elementary school days. So much of this China glazing is weird. They discover something that has been commonplace in the world for decades and act like they invented it. I guess things seem more novel in China because people lived in extreme poverty and had no access to information or technology until very recently."
To piggyback off of her, what's so insulting about this too is that, of course, we know that America's had smart boards this entire time.
Yes.
It's from there.
Yes.
But what's more insulting is most of China doesn't have that.
Yes.
It's not like, I don't want people to think like now they've widespread adopted it. So you might not be impressed with the technology, but you'll be impressed with the fact that they're now using it. They're not.
No.
China's classrooms are decrepit.
Yeah.
They're absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
There's no AC in most of the places.
Yeah.
It's black mold on the walls. There's stray dogs walking into classrooms.
Sure.
It's rough, dude.
Yeah, and unless you're in a big city like Shenzhen,
Even
or
if you're in a
Shanghai,
big city sometimes.
yeah, if you
know?
go to the outskirts, absolutely. Like it's not a standardized system. It's so
it's not
dependent
free.
on where you are. Yes, you have to pay for it, and it's crowded classrooms. There's like 60 kids in a
Or
class,
100
or more.
Yeah.
It's really not ideal, and that's the part that's really disingenuous, is to try and pretend like China has a better system when it clearly doesn't. If you've ever taught in a Chinese school like we have, or seen what Chinese education is all about, you'll know.
Abysmal.
Yeah, exactly.
When I went back to visit after my first year, I went to go visit my mom as a teacher.
Yeah.
And I walked into her classroom, and I'm living in a big Chinese city, so it should be high tech.
Yeah.
I go into her classroom and compared it to mine. And I was like, this is disturbing. My mom's classroom in the middle of the woods in New York had smart boards. Every kid had their own computer.
Yeah.
Right. There's lab equipment everywhere. It was like so much. It wasn't even, there was no comparison.
Yeah, there is no comparison.
Anyway, early to 1991, the whiteboards were invented, right?
Yeah, the smart boards.
By 2001 to 2004, so it makes sense why I had one in, I think it was in bio. Widespread K through 12 adoption accelerated as state and federal grants allowed districts across New York to purchase new interactive hardware. So yeah, I mean, like the fact that I had one in high school.
Yeah.
Why are you glazing China about this?
Yeah,
when most
let's go back. Let's go back to the part where it says, while the U.S. debates whether to solve homelessness or not, these are the next generation of school blackboards in
US
China.
Has those, and they made them.
Yeah, exactly.
These are inferior.
Yeah, I think if you've come from a country which like is in the third world or developing or something, and you've never had like experience, you'll think that's fancy or something.
He had smart boards growing up.
Yeah.
You know, if he's in his 30s, he had smart boards growing up.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe he was like homeschooled by trolls or something. You know, the way he behaves, I don't think he knows what America is. You know what I mean? He's like,
sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so it's been around for a very long time. So nearly 20 years ago in the USA, smart boards were a thing. So again, it's not a China-specific thing. China's not suddenly fancy because they got smart boards in their classrooms, you know? This is from like almost 20 years ago, as you say.
What are we glazing here with China?
Yeah.
What are we glazing?
Well, we shouldn't be, you know?
You know? It's just, this is ancient technology
It is.
that isn't being adopted widespread in China.
No,
That's
it's
the
not.
worst part.
Yeah.
That demo that he showed was at a tech demo.
Yeah, that wasn't actually in a classroom, and it wasn't actually a school. It was literally one of those high-tech expo demonstrations, you know? And it's also from a while ago, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a couple years old.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're just they cherry picking whatever. Like
yeah, they cherry pick a thing, and then they pretend like this is, you know, it's like that whole China has a nuclear battery nonsense that keeps coming up.
Yes.
You can just put out some garbage. It's very easy, especially when the onus isn't on you to prove what you're saying is right.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're constantly being upgraded. That's interesting. You know, I don't go to school, so I'm not keeping an eye on this technology.
Well, that's why we had to look it up.
Yeah.
Right. But they're, you know, the classrooms in the U.S. is just so vastly superior.
Do you see how everyone was wearing masks there?
Yeah, it was during COVID.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are the China show, so that's related to China.
Oh yeah, they brought that.
They,
here.
you know, because
China did bring COVID here.
Yeah,
so.
that is a direct result of dealing with China.
True.
You know,
Staying relevant, guys.
Yeah,
We're
just
staying
staying
on
relevant.
topic.
yeah.
Meanwhile, in China, you do get classrooms like this, and this is just the appalling part: is that you do get classrooms that look like this, as
Like
you will see
this,
in
like
about 2
this,
seconds. You will see
like this, like
We'll
this.
see.
Yes.
You get cinder blocks. You
Yeah.
get decrepit classrooms. You get there's no technology in here.
No, not in these rural schools. The rural schools are appalling.
They are.
But this meme is great because you see this a lot. Like
Yes.
it place and then place China or thing China. Because having smart boards is not something that's special.
No.
It's everywhere in the world.
Yes.
And like you said, 20 years ago almost here in the US, they were commonplace. However, for some reason you say China has smart boards and everyone's like, whoa, it's amazing. You know, it's really stupid. And this seems to be a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that meme.
Place China.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Stop power.
Now we're getting into the main meat, okay? This is why you clicked on this video. We're talking about Wang Wang. Okay, so guys,
Wang. Can I teach some Chinese?
Yeah,
first?
please do.
Okay, so you know how, and this is before it gets dark.
Yeah.
You know
we're
how,
going to try and keep it as light as possible.
We will. You know how in different languages they have different animal sounds. Okay?
Yes.
So, for example, in English, when we see a dog, we say a dog says woof woof.
Yes.
Right. In other languages, they'll sound very similar. Right. They sound like what it sounds like. Right.
Yes.
A cat says meow.
Yes.
Right. A pig says. You know.
Yeah. Oink.
Animals have sounds.
Yes.
Now in Chinese, because it's a character-based system, you can't just make up random words. It has to be a specific sound that pertains to a character.
To a character, yeah.
So it can't be like a made-up noise.
Yeah.
So a dog in Chinese, and this always made me want to die. I had to walk out of a classroom when I was studying Chinese because they taught us animal sounds.
Yeah.
And the teacher goes, the dog says, Wang, Wang. And they have to do it in the correct tone because Chinese is a tonal language. And then repeat after me, Wang, Wang.
Yes.
Dude, a dog says
Go
Wang.
Shuo, Wang,
Wang,
Wang.
Wang.
Yeah, Wang, Wang.
You know what a pig says? Hung, hung. If you've heard a pig.
Dude, if I saw a pig and it went hung, I'd be like, "What is that, a
I gotta
robot?"
lay off the drugs. Seriously, I'm tripping.
It's pretty funny.
What
but
the hell?
So Wang Wang basically means woof woof.
Yeah, that's the dog's name.
So the dog's name is Woof Woof, and it is actually the dog's name.
And guys, get all your Wang jokes out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's have a quick look. I'm going to take you to a little place in Guangdong. Okay, it's called Pingpu Village in Jieyang.
This is where they have all the stolen motorcycles.
Yeah, it's very close by, isn't it?
If you've had your motorcycle stolen in the U.S., it might end up here.
A lot of stuff is manufactured in this area for IKEA and Muji and things like that, which there's been some backlash to those companies just because of this incident. But basically, there's this village dog. Okay, this is actually Wang Wang.
Yes.
Okay, so how this works is it's like what would you call it? Like a community dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had it when I lived in Inner Mongolia. We had one of those. His name is Jet.
Yeah.
He was really friendly. He looked just like this too.
Yeah.
He'd
So
go in and out of people's houses.
this is a specific breed of dog. It's called a Tugo, which means
It's a not specific
it's
breed of
China's purebred
dog.
Tugo.
We tried to look.
Okay,
This up.
it literally means dirt dog.
Dirt dog means it's a mutt, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But Google tried to gaslight us, and they're like, it's actually an indigenous breed to China. It's called a Tugo.
Yes.
Dirt dog.
Yeah, dirt
No,
dog.
Google. It means a mutt.
Yeah. So as you can see, Wang Wang is a communal dog. So it doesn't belong to anyone. Lives in the village, but goes into people's houses. Is very friendly. Everybody takes care of Wang Wang. You know, feeds Wang Wang, plays with Wang Wang, and that type of thing. So as you can see, very friendly dog. And this is footage of Wang Wang. Obviously, people filming her coming into the houses and stuff. Okay. Let's take a look. So again, this Tugo, in fact, there's a, what do they call it? East Asian village dog?
Yeah, we're not justifying this. This is too stupid.
Anyway,
it's a mutt.
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't matter.
Wang Wang is loved by the locals and then had some puppies. Okay, so she's nursing her 3 puppies. They're 2-week-old puppies. But on June 28th, she was attacked by a group of horrific, sadistic people. You know, what happened was these 4 boys, and I can't go into detail because it's disgusting, but they beat the puppies to death in front of her, and then they set her on fire and did horrific things to her while she was trying to protect her puppies. So of course it was terrible. But the worst part is that they filmed it, right? So they actually filmed this atrocity and posted it online, bragging about it. Okay. So this has exposed some pretty bad things about China. Number one, if you weren't aware, China has 0 animal abuse laws, right? And I mean it. Like, you can do anything you want to an animal and you will not face legal repercussions.
Yeah.
The only legal repercussions you can face is if you cause so much of a big uproar that it makes like a social stability problem. Then you can get charged for that. But you cannot be charged for setting a dog on fire and brutally torturing it. Because, that's what these boys did, was they brutally tortured the puppies in front of her, and then they brutally tortured and killed her as well, okay, while she was trying to protect her puppies.
And celebrated.
Yeah, and filmed it, and then
cheered it on.
Yeah, cheered it on and shared it and were bragging about it.
They even talked about how it smelled. Good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's disgusting. I don't suggest looking up the video. It's very disturbing. And like I said, I'm being very, very sparing on the details because what they did was so inhumane that these 4 walking things are barely human. They're not even human as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so I got to give you a bit of a timeline here. At first, the police didn't want to be involved, but there was such an outrage because not only the local people there, okay, in the village, but people online who saw this were like, you got to do something about this.
This is by the way, a huge triumph for the Chinese people to actually stand up for this.
Yeah, you're going to understand what's going on here. I'm going to pause it over here and just go through my notes here with you guys. So the police were actually forced to respond to the outcry because it was just too big, okay? So what they did was they said they won't be prosecuting the boys for anything because A, there are no animal cruelty laws in China.
Nothing to prosecute.
Okay, so they haven't broken a law. And 2, the boys were all under 14 because they're about 12 years old, thereabouts, and are not able to be legally punished anyway. So the police said, as a distraction, because it turns out it's not true, police said that they had sent the boys to a special school, like a reform school.
That's like placating people.
Yes. They're like, okay, calm down, everyone. We've spoken to the parents. We've told the parents to be more strict with them, and we've sent them to like a special reform school.
Yeah.
But what didn't help was the mother of one of the boys, like a couple days later, posted a picture of her son in the cinema having fun, and she was like, we're having fun, living life, doing whatever. So she made light of the whole situation, and then people spotted the boys going about their usual business, doing whatever they do and having entertainment and in the village.
Burning more dogs.
Yeah, well, the worst is that chats were leaked of the boys talking about how they were going to abuse more animals, and the fact that they were just waiting for things to die down and they would start in earnest again, and bragging about their actions.
What?
Okay. So obviously the police hadn't done anything. Okay. So now people got really mad.
Yeah.
So it sparked more outrage. Okay. So people started to post billboards. What they'd do is they would approach shopping malls, any public place that has like these digital billboards, these LED billboards.
That's good.
And they would pay to put up these big stop animal abuse signs. Okay. Because everybody was getting tired of it. There was this massive football match, and they even put it up in the football match, as you can see here, which you never see this kind of thing happen in China, trying to raise awareness.
No, this is so shocking.
Yeah.
We are so pumped to see it.
Absolutely. So even some well-known celebrities started to post about it. Okay. And we're going to talk, in fact, I'll talk about that now very quickly. There are 2 big celebrities. One is called Jo Chen. She's a Taiwanese actress. Her name's Jo, but she's, that's a woman. She posted on her Weibo, okay, which is Chinese internet. She condemned the attack as inhumane and heartbreaking. But her post was removed almost immediately after publication by Weibo itself. And the sudden removal became a heavily trending topic. People were like, why was it deleted? And so the internet regulators suppressed any discussion about that and got rid of that too. Another mainland Chinese actor, his name is Du Jiang. He's got massive eyes. That's his, people like him because he's got these huge, he's got these huge eyes. He also posted that this was not okay, and he advocated for human rights and stuff. And he posted 3 videos about this. all 3 of his videos were systematically wiped from his platform feed shortly after gaining traction. So as soon as they started to get traction. So,
So CCP was going ape.
Yeah, because things were getting out of control.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do. Things like this woman painted a mural over here. Okay, as you can see, I've sped up the footage. She painted a mural for Wang Wang on this wall in Chengdu. And, well, let's see.
What's wild is how often this happens.
Yes.
Like this just happened to get traction.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This happens every day.
It's also because there have been some very high-profile animal abuse things happening.
Like from influencers and stuff.
Yeah, but basically within the last
like that guy
couple months.
guy got his dog eaten. He was like a famous dog influencer, and the dog got eaten.
Remember, his dog was stolen and skinned and then, cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that happened. You remember that. We talked about that story. But by the way, you see, she painted the mural and the authorities came and stuck a huge, looks like a AstroTurf wall, over it. To hide it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so people started to pay inside shopping malls and stuff to have the
Chinese
stuff.
people.
Exactly. I think it's fantastic what they did. However, the crackdown started to happen. For instance, this netizen left a comment on the CCTV News Weibo account saying, "I hope every little animal can also be protected in the same way." This is because of whatever they were talking about. And so not only was his comment deleted, but he was blocked by CCTV.
So CCTV is China's main news network.
Yeah.
So they don't support stopping animal abuse.
Exactly. I mean, this is
They block it.
This is kind of crazy. Like, for instance, this guy in Shenzhen wore that little badge that you can see over there. It says, "End animal cruelty. I stand for animal protection legislation." And the security guards actually grabbed him and took him off the train, and the police got called and stuff. And they told him, well...
What? It's such an uncontroversial viewpoint.
I know. It's
not like, like PETA goes over control, like out of control, and they're like, they do all these weird publicity stunts. These people are just like, can you stop torturing dogs?
I know. They were like, I support animal abuse, animal protection.
Like, can we have some laws so that animals don't get like freaking, so people could like get in trouble if they skin animals alive and torture them and burn them?
Yes,
and
exactly.
Blend kittens in blenders.
It's horrible. If you've seen, there's a whole industry in China surrounding animal torture.
Industry.
Yeah, the people make money out of animal torture. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, okay, now they didn't really know how to deal with this. So like in this instance, for instance, they said it's not illegal, but it needs to be reported. And it's content related to promotional advertisement and is not allowed. So they're trying to find ways.
Advertising what?
Yeah.
That's not a business.
End animal cruelty is not advertising.
It's like saying I like hamburgers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, the fact that the police, that is a policeman that came and he got basically pulled aside and, now it's on his record for doing that, for just wearing that badge. It's ridiculous. Now take a look at this. On July 20, a netizen with the IP address showing Beijing commented that after a barbecue restaurant in their area hung a oppose animal cruelty sign at the entrance, the sign was forcibly removed and the owner was taken away by police for about 6 hours. The reason given by the police was endangering public safety.
So he put up a sign that said
oppose animal cruelty. That is endangering public safety.
You must love animal cruelty.
Yes.
That's basically what the government say.
Yeah, I mean,
is it not?
The fact that is endangering public safety to say oppose animal cruelty.
Imagine you have a T-shirt in America,
and
it said "Don't hurt animals."
Yes, and then you get arrested.
Cops take you
for
away
6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this started to get kind of.
Is this
insane.
what? Is this a government you guys want?
Yeah.
Then stop allowing your country to be friends with this place. Mm-hmm. It's wrong.
Exactly. So here's a pet hospital. Okay, in other words, a vet, I think is what you would call it, a veterinarian.
Yes, a vet.
Yes, a vet. Okay, a pet hospital received a call from the Public Security Bureau after screening content promoting animal protection in a shopping mall. And both the mall and the pet hospital were required to take down the related content.
This is almost comical.
I know. So here you are, you're a vet, and you put up the billboard that says protect animals or whatever. And the Public Security Bureau, by the way, the Public Security Bureau, it's kind of like being contacted by the CIA and the FBI. Yeah. Something like that. It's like the government.
Yes.
It's not just the police.
No, it's not like a traffic cop shows up. Did you run that red light?
It's like the feds turning up and telling you, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You better take that down.
It's crazy. And it's such a positive message, such an innocent message.
Yeah.
You should just let it blow over.
So like videos and discussions and pictures about this stuff were being censored off the internet. So people were trying ways to get around it. Like they posted this picture with Mao Zedong, that fake, that fake Beethoven Mao Zedong statue.
They won't be able to delete it.
Yeah, because I think if they put Mao Zedong, like the censor might think twice before
$10
deleting it.
says they deleted it.
Yeah, they probably deleted it. But they were trying everything. Yeah.
That's very funny.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, these billboards were posting and popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they started to hit the international scene. This is in New York City. Okay, take a look. There's Wang Wang, showing Wang Wang around the world in all the different places, as you can see. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then it went from there to Times Square during the final. Look, this is the final. The World Cup final. During the World Cup final, there's
Don't cry
Wang
for
Wang.
me, Argentina.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all crying, they're leaving.
That's right. But there's Wang Wang in Times Square. Now, obviously, this really rattled the Chinese authorities because they were like, what the hell is going on here?
Yes, yeah, true.
This is now getting international attention. They're showing our dirty laundry. The fact that we don't have animal abuse laws. The fact that these young boys were able to do these horrific, disgusting things to this mother dog.
The fact that this happens hundreds of times per day in China.
And normally they're okay because that never makes the international news.
Yeah.
So even the BBC started to report on it, the BBC China.
Oh, no. That's what they don't want, is they don't want Chinese language media abroad to come back in.
Yes, exactly. So it says a mainland interviewee said that in their animal protection group of fewer than 200 people, dozens have already received police calls or been summoned for talks in person, being told don't incite, don't organize. And some family members have also been contacted.
Oh my
gosh. Of course, here's the thing. There are animal rights activists in China.
Yeah.
There are many people in China who care about
They're not
animals.
really allowed to operate, though.
Yes. I mean, they have their groups and they get together and they try to rescue dogs and things like that. And they're fantastic. They're very brave people because China's very much not a place for this.
Yes.
But even them and their little groups are getting contacted by the police because they're talking about Wang Wang and being warned, you better not
Wang
organize.
Wang's a swear word now to the CCP.
Exactly. This is like, for them, because the CCP hates any kind of organized anything.
If they let it blow over, though, all they'd have to do is a year later maybe introduce legislation silently.
Yeah.
But then instead, they have to shut it down, and that makes it worse. It's like pouring gas on a fire.
Exactly. So it started to get really bad within China. So people are being threatened. Okay. This came out. This document was leaked. A public opinion risk alert from the Cyberspace Administration in Dadong District, Shenyang, indicates that the government internally classifies the global solidarity campaign triggered by the Jieyang dog abuse incident, known as the Wang Wang incident, as posing a political risk of being maliciously hyped by foreign forces.
Oh my gosh.
And it may lead to offline gatherings by extreme animal protection groups.
Dude, so regular ass Chinese people get mad because these dogs got tortured. These puppies got tortured in front of their mom, and then the mom got burned.
Got burned alive, eyes
alive.
gouged out, all that kind of disgusting stuff,
And then they go, let's maybe not do that.
Yeah.
And then China has to go, actually, the foreigners did this.
Yeah, foreign forces.
I'm surprised they didn't say the boys were Japanese.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But look at the last line. It says it requires local industry and commerce departments to inspect LED screens in major shopping malls.
Welcome to North Korea, dude.
Yeah. So now they've put out this thing. You better go and make sure that this stuff's not appearing on any boards anymore. But by the way, see how they're saying that the Wang Wang incident... a political risk of being maliciously hyped by foreign forces. Foreign forces in the house.
What up?
Let's hype this.
Let's hype it up. To be fair, it's already been hyped by every freaking news outlet.
Exactly.
We're a little late to the party.
I know, but us foreign forces have a job to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're not a force, though. We're just, we're not for it.
This is true. Anyway, just
you're for it, China.
Exactly.
You're for it. I can finally say that.
Yeah, but guess what?
It kept going.
It was a game of whack-a-mole. Look,
that's so cool.
I've just got a compilation of some of the billboards that within China, and you can see the names of the cities like Dalian, etc., where they managed to rent out these billboard spaces to put up Wang Wang memorial pictures and Wang Wang like against animal abuse messages.
Wow.
Just take a look at the sheer amount.
What is that called? Is that called the Streisand effect?
It is called yeah. We've got it somewhere. I just got to find it, and there it is.
Can you see me?
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's get back to it. So this started to go crazy all over China, which is fantastic to see. But this is the nightmare of the Communist Party of China, to see on these massive boards. Like
I love how this
the
is
Xi'an
foreign
International.
forces.
Yeah, this is
it's
foreign
literally
forces.
your own people.
Well, they're like saying that the foreign forces will hype it.
It's already been hyped by themselves.
Yes. Yeah,
This is organic.
it got hyped.
Yes.
But, here's the thing. They did start to crack down. Now it's incredibly difficult for you to get this kind of message out. By the way, this was the biggest one they managed to get it on. Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Yeah. So they're trying, and it's like whack-a-mole, and then the authorities come and they warn people, they take it down, they fine people, they do whatever.
This is really a nightmare for them.
Yeah. So now some enterprising students were like, well, screw that. We're just going to get one of those LED cloth signs. You know those things, right?
Yep.
Man, I just can't wait till we have these kind of adverts floating around our neighborhoods in the future.
Yeah.
I love dystopian cyberpunk. But no, they even... So
the
now,
world
like,
is over at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, stop
look at this.
animal
Look at
abuse.
this controversial message.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the most nice thing ever.
Dude, the police
It's like
knocking on your
puppies
door.
cuddling, and they're like, "You're fucked."
This is
dude.
like endangering
You're going
public
to
safety.
jail.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh,
Foreign
my
forces, my friend.
Gosh.
Wow. Exactly. Stop animal abuse. Imagine that being so controversial to say stop animal abuse.
That's how far we're at with the CCP. Remember, we told you, like, post 2015, we started to watch it get so bad.
Yeah.
So bad when we were there, and it just became so dystopian. Now it's even crazier.
Yeah, it's horrific. China will go to every length that they can to protect the abusers and to not actually do anything to address the root cause, because it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
They could be like every civilized country in the world and have animal protection laws.
Yeah,
I mean, India's got a prevention for cruelty to animals law that was enacted in 1960. If India can do it, so can you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to be a civilized country, then you've got to start to protect animals. You cannot allow people to violently torture animals and get away with it and be legal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it started to go abroad. This is the Shibuya Scramble, in Japan. You got activists walking around with the Wang Wang.
Mix it in with other causes.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing is that a lot of Japanese activists have, picked this up.
Yeah.
So their meet and greets, their memorials, there's this like a global movement, which is really quite heartwarming to see.
Yeah.
Here you've got people holding up banners around the entire world in famous spots, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's what half China looks like right now after the floods. But
Or the tofu drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's good to see that there is such good solidarity and people going out and doing something about it, because the Chinese government can clamp down and censor things within China. But as you can see here, like in Japan and so on, you cannot control what's happening around the rest of the world. So it's been, like I said, incredibly heartwarming, especially seeing local Chinese people doing something about it.
Yes. Agreed.
Spreading the message and putting their freedom on the line, really, to raise awareness.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Trying to make some change.
I support this greatly, because
Absolutely.
When I was growing up, I thought animal rights activists sucked. I'll be honest with you.
Just reading the quote.
Yeah.
They're living in the same earth, just like
They
us.
are, yes. Living in the earth, yes.
Moving the earth.
Yeah.
It's hard work.
Well, what I was saying is, like, when I grew up, I thought animal rights people sucked. I really did. I thought they were very annoying. But when living in China, I realized that they're very necessary. And that's when you see how bad things are when you don't have animal rights activists around, and when you don't have anti-animal cruelty laws, then you see how bad it is.
Yeah.
So I'm all for this. This is amazing.
Yeah, she said living on the same earth. Props to her.
Yes, you got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be living in the Earth yet. Got a few more years left.
Yeah, exactly. They're living in the same Earth, just like us. That was on. Yeah, it's okay. We get the
we
message.
get it. We get it. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. But
wow, this really caught on.
It's good to see.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So the reason why I say this is so important is this might actually force the Chinese government to enact some kind of prevention to cruelty to animals.
Yeah.
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 I really hope it does.
You'd hope.
Yeah. This is massive. This has never happened
Why do
before.
I feel like it absolutely will not?
Well, if it doesn't, then it will prove to you just how much China hates animals, how much the Chinese government loves to be cruel to animals. It'll prove a point either way. It's putting a lot of pressure on the CCP.
It is. This is a disaster.
For them, it is the worst thing that could have happened. I mean, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
The fact that this has gained international recognition, not only are the billboards in Taipei and Japan and South Korea and Times Square, they're all over the place. So the entire world knows about this disgusting, despicable thing that happened in China and was condoned by the Chinese government.
For sure.
So that's the whole Wang Wang story. And of course, it hasn't slowed down. There are lots of events that have been planned. There's going to be another thing, I think tomorrow in Times Square. They're going to be showing the Wang Wang thing every half an hour or something. So it's still going. And, I encourage everybody who cares about animals to look into it. There are petitions to sign if that's the kind of thing you want to do. But spread the word, and hopefully we can force some change in China.
Yes. Now, moving on, there have been thousands of channels that have been cropped up like at the same time.
Yeah,
really.
look, a lot of you guys have been asking us about this. You see these I'm a lonely 30-year-old woman living in Shanghai or something.
Yes.
It's propaganda, and you've put the segment together.
So yeah, well, actually, shout out to China Insider David Zhang up there. He managed to get a lot of this footage together. It makes it a little easier to get through.
Yes.
But there's been thousands of these channels that have cropped up, and the basic be-all and end-all is these Chinese people are using a VPN to post videos, very well-produced videos of their life, how poor they are, how sad they are. But actually what they are just vehicles for showing how amazing China is.
Yes,
right?
they're like,
pretending.
I'm so poor. I go to a buffet and I can have 100 dishes for $5, and my apartment is so poor and rubbish, but it's actually like a very expensive, nice one. Yeah.
And it's been, obviously picked for a reason.
Yeah.
So what they'll do is the be all and end all is that these videos will look like they're an authentic look into China. And you say, hey, I thought they couldn't post. So you believe it. You get embroiled in it. And it's like a very clever way of delivering propaganda.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at this. If you haven't seen these, you can get an idea.
Weekend looks like. I'm 36, living completely on my own in a new city. Shaolin.
Okay.
My ex-husband and I divorced a few years ago.
Kobo.
Hi, I'm Kobo. I live in Chengdu, China. No job, not married, no house, and no car. In many countries, that might simply mean life hasn't gone as planned. But in China, being 36 is supposed to mean you have figured life out.
Yomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Yomi. I'm 30 years old and I live alone in Shenzhen, China.
2
years ago, I panicked too. People around me were getting married and having children.
Ting.
What's it like to live alone in a big city as an older single woman?
Lucy now.
30, single, jobless.
Yo.
I'm 31 years old and have been living and working in Shenzhen for nearly 10 years. I worked in international logistics at an e-cigarette factory.
Luke.
What is it like to live alone in China? Do you get lonely? Today, I want to take you into my life.
Guang Guang.
How hard Chinese high school students and their mothers live? What is the real life of an ordinary family in China like?
Li Yo Yo.
I ask myself, am I happy living alone? My answer is yes.
Jing Jing daily life. Ali, a simple YouTube search returns more than a dozen YouTube channels, all talking about the exact same thing, mostly done with AI narration, the same type of I'm 30 plus, lonely and sad and unmarried in a big city in China.
So what's interesting is, first of all, these get massive views, but only really in the beginning.
Yes.
So one of these channels will spring up, and this is what caught my eye, is the first video they put out will get 1 million views or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this, tantalizing
Yes.
for people to watch, right? It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
And why are all of these videos about the same thing? I'm 36 and I'm so lonely and my life sucks. And then you watch the video and it's the same thing. It's like, oh, look over there. There's AI robots. Over here, I can use my phone to pay for everything. Look at how convenient China is. See how, oh, I'm so lonely. I'm out at 3 a.m. and nothing bad is happening to me. It's all of the talking points of the CCP.
Bro, let me give you a thought exercise for everyone at home, just so you can understand. Let me also wrap my head around this. It's as if I, right now, got some raggedy clothes on, and I made videos on YouTube, said, I am a homeless man in the USA. I'm homeless and lonely. And then I filmed myself going downtown to a fancy place in New York City.
Yes.
And I sit and sip coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's so
Even
tough.
here.
It's so tough being a homeless
Yes.
person in the US.
Yeah.
The government gives me so many things,
Yes.
and let me go take you along to my government free checkup that I get.
Yeah.
Oh, and all the meals that I get.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at my accommodation in this $3,000 a night apartment.
Yeah.
It's so tough. No, a night.
Oh, a night. Okay.
It's so tough being a homeless person in the USA.
Yeah.
It's something similar to that.
Yeah.
Because all of this stuff is garbage. They're like, I don't have a job and I live in a small, and then they show an expensive apartment. They've got an expensive lifestyle, and they just pretend like everything is great. Even if
Yes.
you're poor in China, you're still living like middle to upper class, which is bullshit.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
It all comes from somewhere. But what's even funnier is that at the exact same time, all of these guys put out these videos. And it's almost in a way to preemptively combat any sort of criticism like David had here.
Yeah.
Is that they know people like David or us or whatever are going to talk about this. So they put
Yes.
out these videos and they go, why are there suddenly so many Chinese vloggers on the internet, right? And they try to explain it away. And we've had so many people reach out and be like, what's going on with these? So this is like a little blurb from his video.
Okay, yeah, because I actually watched this specific video where she's like, YouTube's blocked in China. Why can we use it? She's like, I just use a VPN like everyone else. BS.
play it.
You get arrested for using a VPN in China. All right, so let's see.
Somehow I'm
Lately,
talking to you.
maybe you have noticed something strange. More and more regular people from China are popping up on YouTube. I am one of them. Just filming our apartments, food, rent, jobs, anxiety, and daily life.
Why are so many videos from China about being
They're all
alone?
the same.
Yes.
Lately, I have been seeing comments like this a lot. Why is everyone in China alone? Does nobody have friends anymore? Are they real or just script? To be honest, I understand why people ask these questions. If you've been watching YouTube recently, you have probably noticed it too. There are more and more videos from China about living alone, being single, or not have many friends.
So yeah, you can't, right? Just pause that real quick.
Okay, whoops. You know, I was just a little late to that pause. I'll go back. This one
There are
is-
more and more videos from China about living alone, being single, or not have many friends.
Yeah. So, you know, Mehmet here in Xinjiang was sentenced to 13 years in prison for using a VPN to access restricted information in Xinjiang.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's 13 years in jail.
Sure.
For using a VPN, not selling it, using it.
Yeah, this Ruan Shuohan sentenced to 7 years in prison for writing, this is in 2023, 3 years ago, for writing an anti-communist blog via VPN.
Yes.
Programmer Ma had this amount, all his wages, 9 months in prison, all this thousand. These are a couple of the, cases that have come to light. But myself living in China was warned, I've been warned, and my Chinese friends have been warned not to use VPNs. It's not legal. There's a reason the Great Firewall of China, or the Golden Shield Project, that is, as it's called, exists. And it's there to prevent the Chinese populace from accessing unfettered internet.
Like North Korea.
Yes, they're not allowed to. That's why it's there.
Yes.
The only reason it exists. So if you are to say, oh, this incredibly billions of dollar like system that the Chinese government maintains to prevent me from seeing the outside world, if I break through that just because I want to, it's going to be fine? No, it's not going to be fine. The Chinese government doesn't want you accessing that.
That's what gives you a critical eye here. And it turns out it is fully legal because of a very specific reason.
Yes, there is one reason.
And it turns out, Le Monde actually did a great article about this. This is from France, but how China uses influencers to polish its image. They want now. So before it was bad, right, for Chinese people to make videos from within China. Now it's good because what they've done is corral them into a very specific system called an MCN.
Yes.
That's called a multi-channel network. And what China does is they'll designate government branches to control an MCN. And they'll make partnerships with local areas. Usually it'll be a city or a town and their propaganda bureau.
Yeah.
They'll get grants from the central government to actually put money into allowing Chinese people and foreign influencers within China to make videos for the foreign internet.
Yes,
so
for
on
YouTube.
YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, these places.
You'll notice that these people are not allowed to go and interact on other
We're
things.
talking about politics.
They're not allowed to go on Twitter and start talking about things or
Unless
interacting.
unless it's to promote this video.
Yes,
right?
but like they're they're allowed to post their videos on YouTube because it serves China's propaganda.
It's most likely part of telling China's story well. That's actually the government directive within China to promote China's image abroad, but it's a curated image from the government's perspective.
Yes,
so it's kind of like Kim Jong-un's North Korea is being promoted to you. It's
Yes.
Xi Jinping's China being promoted to you. And they use these influencers to do this kind of thing. Whether it's for monetary gain or for other purposes, this is kind of the ultimate goal. Like it's kind of like a scattershot approach.
Yes.
If you look at this, you can see some figures here.
Glopen.
The MCN market is absolutely massive now.
Yes.
And this is something that didn't really exist when we were there. It's happened now because they've realized how they can now make it look like China has an open, free society.
Yes.
Portray that to the rest of the world with its most curated parts, its shiniest cities, its nicest places. Get this message out there and actually control global narratives so that more investment comes back into China. It's not to get people to move to China. It's to get people to invest their money in China and actually to manipulate politics abroad.
And to make you think your country sucks in
Correct. There's
mean,
many purposes.
It works like this. It's an MCN. It's like a management company. What happens is you either get approached, or if you want to be able to put things on YouTube, you approach them and you strike a deal with them.
Correct.
They'll be like, okay, we'll set you up. We'll allow you to upload your things through our MCN. We'll take a cut of any of the earnings, but you'll still get paid. But we're also going to have to look at all your content and make sure that what you post meets all the propaganda guidelines, does not break any rules, etc., etc. So it's kind of like a filter. They act as a filter.
Correct.
And they allow this stuff to be uploaded.
So keep going here. I just want to kind of explain this all away so that you guys can kind of be more prepared with what you've been seeing. They've really been ramping up these kind of efforts. It's not to say you can't watch these channels. It's not to say you can't enjoy them. You might find glimpses of things that you
just
enjoy.
know that it's bullshit.
Well, just know that it's probably has ulterior motives, right?
It does. Not probably all of them.
Well, no,
do.
I want to go through this specifically. I don't talk in absolutes. We're educated people here.
Sure.
MCN rules have been codified into law now. So prior to this, we said it was actually just illegal to do so. When we were posting videos in China, we couldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
Now,
under MCNs, if you have an MCN, not only do you have the ability to post content, you're usually getting funded to do it, or at least granted permission so that you can operate within China. And that's an untapped market, right? If you can make videos or content in China and then get it out to the rest of the world, you're probably going to earn some money, because then it's this new boom of like, I didn't know I could see what real China looks like.
Sure.
I was watching CCTV and CGTN propaganda outlets before, and I can watch real YouTubers.
Sure.
Right? It's a tantalizing endeavor. So I put together some slides here so you can kind of understand some trends you can look at, so you can identify this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's coming.
It's coming.
Slow slides.
It's a slow slide. That's not even a slide.
Like a slough.
It's like, the electric slide is the opposite of that. It's like the molasses slide.
The wood
is that
slide.
a new molasses slide? Is it like a new dance we could do?
Yeah, man, your slides are way long.
That's not even a slide.
Okay.
So believe it or not, the inception of this trend is not from China.
Yeah.
It's from Japan and it's from Korea. And so these videos came out in an identical format prior to China's, latching onto this idea.
Yes.
And what they did was a Japanese salaryman or a divorced Japanese woman or somebody that's too scared to make friends, like a hikikimori, someone in Japan that lives in their apartment, doesn't want to leave. They start making these videos and they start blowing up on YouTube. Now, these were not a government initiative. These are genuine people that are just like, last ditch effort. How can I make some connections online, right?
Yeah.
And they found that this trend kind of worked. Korea jumped on the same thing. They made the same format. As you can see, it's like nervous after work, this Japanese salaryman. This woman's living in a tiny, tiny apartment in Korea, and she's showing her life, right?
Yeah.
So what they were able to do is take that image, and China was able to copy that exact format and monetize it.
Yes.
Right. At the same time, they have to use these MCNs. And what happens is when these people join these MCNs in China to promote this or to put out these videos, they will get their talking points massaged into the video, right? Yeah. So it'll look like the same format as the Japanese video or the Korean video, but then these talking points of, hey, make sure you show the AI robots. Hey, make sure you show WeChat Pay. Hey, make sure you go out at 2 a.m. and show that it's safe. All these kind of things are massaged into the video, even though the thumbnails look like the original Japanese. And
I'd like to just add, I watched one specifically. We watched it in the office here. Yeah, where there's like a delivery driver. We all know that delivery drivers are suffering in China. It's a really hard job. And it started out with, oh, I've got a tough life. I have to share this apartment. It's kind of a ratty apartment, et cetera, et cetera. And it looks like it's genuine in the beginning. That he's like, actually, I have a lot of challenges in my life. Yes. But halfway through, it's already like, I'm so happy I can do this job. I'm living
I
a
just
free
love this life.
And you know, I get, look, this boss gave me free lunch because, you know, he's so kind. And oh, look, this person really likes me, and you know, I earn more than enough to keep me happy. And I'm, you know, so turn from like, oh, you know, I'm in a low-end job and things aren't working very well and it seemed genuine, into like a praise of the system and the Chinese government and everything around it. So they sneak it in subtly or sometimes with a sledgehammer, but it's propaganda, because you cannot be on YouTube from within mainland China unless the government is allowing you to be.
Which is the MCNs.
Yeah.
Next, I want to give you some tips here to see what you can look at. So they found this profitable English language format, and that is to copy these AI voiceover Japanese and Korean vlogs. So again, this is not a novel concept. They didn't come up with anything different. What they did was just capitalize on an already existing trend. If you're watching, like you as a viewer, if your algorithm is feeding you the Japanese salaryman or lonely Chinese or Japanese housewife videos, right?
Yes.
If they're feeding that to you, the algorithm's also going to feed you the Chinese version of it, right? And you, maybe as an outsider, are going to, you know, lump those two things together.
Yeah.
So usually you have this formula that's making people want to watch. You have foreign curiosity about what is the real China.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not able to see the real China. That's why people loved our documentaries, right?
Yep.
There's just very few opportunities you can actually see behind that great wall, the Great Firewall, right?
Correct, yeah.
That's why people watch the show, right?
Yeah.
You have higher value overseas audiences. So there's something called CPM. CPM is how much you make per 1,000 clicks on YouTube.
Yes.
Your CPM, if your main audience is Indians, is very low because the income's low there.
Yeah, because it's about advertisers, right? They know that like a lot of purchasing power is not going to happen from India.
Yes.
But US market, if they're watching, that means the advertisers pay more.
So if you're targeting English speakers, the audience is automatically going to be serving more high value ads. So you're getting paid more. Right?
Can I give you an example?
Yeah.
If you were to earn the same amount, like if you get, say, 10,000 views on YouTube, you would have to get probably 1 million plus in China to earn the same amount.
Correct. If it existed.
Yeah, exactly.
If YouTube
I'm saying
existed,
like, you know, that type of thing.
Yes. It doesn't cost them anything to film on whatever equipment, especially if they have, some of these MCNs have camera crews that film these guys.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Or they supply them with equipment like a DJI Osmo or something.
Definitely some of them are getting editors outsourced. It's a formula.
Yeah,
right?
it's a business.
AI translation and dubbing, that saves you so much money on actual translation. That's a huge part of the budget if you want to get stuff translated and put onto YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And then you have titles built around salary, rent, age, and loneliness. These are and it's so awkward when I see all these thousands of Chinese accounts do it because it was an organic thing from the Japanese accounts.
Yeah.
To watch them do it, it's like it's too verbatim. It's too on the nose. It's like, oh, we heard they really care about loneliness, so we're gonna all talk about loneliness.
Yeah, I mean, you can see through a lot of these. You can tell the person's definitely married, has a job, all of that, but they're like, I'm a lonely single woman. But you know, if you know what you're looking for, you can tell that's nonsense.
Correct, right? So they might be in it for the money, but it's also probably propaganda. So
they're cosplaying as being lonely.
Yeah. They make this ecosystem. It's cheaper. It's more deniable. It's easier to create. So if you have this thing where it looks like you have this poor person that's just trying to share their life and stuff, and then it turns out they're accepting donations and you go, oh, they're just in it for the money. That even makes the propaganda more believable, even if you catch that person out for just wanting to earn money.
Sure.
Then it's just like a vehicle to slide in the propaganda in there and be like, oh, she's just in it for the money, but I'm still going to watch, right? So you still get that CCP messaging potentially in some of these. There's kind of a path that this works with. You have the doctrine. This comes from the CCP. They want to promote China's image. That's the ultimate goal.
Sure.
Right? The next step goes to the propaganda departments and communication centers, which will actually formulate the messages they want to put out. They want to say, right now we're trying to say America has homeless people. We don't. So let's promote that image in this video. You have MCNs and studio and creator courses that are working with those departments to make sure that message gets out. The formats are usually from this, oh, I'm just an ordinary citizen, right?
Yeah.
And then you have this YouTube amplification. And what it turns out to be, why I think a lot of these initial videos get so many views right off the get-go is the government has a prerogative to want these to perform well.
Sure.
Right? So the ones that I think you can separate the wheat from the chaff, the ones that don't do well at all are probably people just trying to jump in on the fun. And then the ones that do super inorganically well are probably part of like a propaganda MCN.
Correct.
And what I noticed is that these MCNs have massive budgets to use things like Google AdWords and the internal system within YouTube to promote content to get it on people's front page. You
Correct.
can actually pay for, we've never done this, you can pay for a video to perform better, right?
Yes.
At least like it might not organically do better, but it's going to put it in front of more people.
Remember when those shills paid to
They
put their
did that
ads on our
ours.
videos? So
Yeah.
like if you clicked our video, their shill ad would pop up.
And that's how I know that this is probably what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, if I were to guess, right?
Absolutely.
This is a documented state method, by the way. The one thing that we can't prove is we don't know which MCN owns all these things, right? There's no like paper that says that, right?
Yeah.
This is controlled precarity. A person struggles, the system shines. So the person says, "Oh, I'm unemployed and broke. I'm alone. I'm unmarried." These are relatable things for people.
Yes.
Right? I live in a tiny room. But actually in the background, what they're trying to say is, look, the streets are super safe.
Yes.
I can get on transit for next to nothing.
Yes.
Right. I can eat all this food for cheap. We've seen this in every video.
Oh, it's always
like, look at how much I can eat for $1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They have apps, delivery robots, EV, but they don't say like, look at how amazing this is. They just act like that's like a normal part of life.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
a vehicle for delivery, right? So even the audience can watch this and go, even poor people in China live comfortably, safely, and technologically, right? It's real because it looks like they're being honest.
Yeah.
And it's just like I said, like the real vulnerability of the Korean and Japanese vlogs, but with extra messaging on top of it. That's why it's so pervasive.
Yeah, it's so disingenuous as well, especially if you've lived in China. You see how most people live, you know, they're doing such a disservice.
Yeah. So one thing we notice is that some of the main points that are always there, and you'll see these, and maybe you can identify these, right? Low income, but they can still buy food and pay for rent and services. And I notice in the comments that people getting duped. A lot of the people, especially Americans, are like, "Oh man, I struggle with rent." Like you say you're poor, but actually, I think you're really well off. And they're getting tricked by this stuff, right?
Yeah,
it's safe. They go on night walks. They show that there's social order and stuff, right? Everything's modern. They have robots, apps, EVs. Delivery is a proof of progress, right? And then you have everything's open enough. Everyone can use VPNs. Like it's this fourth messaging we keep seeing is like they try to answer it away at the exact same time. It's like, "Oh, we're allowed to do this. What are you talking about? China's not blocked."
Yeah,
right?
which of course is a lie.
The political message is inferred, it's not announced. And that's so different. This is what David said in his video, is that before, if you looked at CCTV propaganda with like Mao with like a fiery hammer and sickle and stuff, and they say China is so developed and safe, most people immediately are going to turn their brain off to that, unless you're some psychopath.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the guy that likes the Santorini?
Oh yes, yeah. What is it, Communist Dylan or something?
Commie Dylan or whatever.
I think that's his name.
Like actual people that are like the Communist Party of the U.S. They like that stuff.
Of course.
Right? Most people are going to watch that and be like, "I'm not going to believe this." But a very persuasive vlog that looks like it touches on very vulnerable details is going to be much more persuasive.
Correct. This is a very well thought out propaganda push.
It's kind of genius.
Yeah.
It's kind of genius, right?
Yeah.
So the same persona factory keeps reappearing, right?
Yes.
The verbatim intro copies. This is what sent me over the edge here, because I was like watching these and I watched like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a row. And I'm like, they all just said the same thing.
I know.
They said the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
Simple, quiet videos about everyday life in China, cooking, living alone. You have manufactured personal hooks. So they always have their age in there. Like, I'm 40, I'm 36. They're trying to get different demographic audiences.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If you're 40, you're probably going to watch a peer.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
If you're 55 and divorced, maybe you're going to latch onto a 55-year-old divorcee.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
They always talk about things about how they have no friends, and that's kind of a hook to say, "Oh, I'll be your friend. I'll comment. I'll donate." You know, because a lot of these people have donation platforms.
Of course.
You have economic demonstrations, so it's people love like, and we've seen this. There's like a whole MSNBC thing about, or is it CNBC? I can't remember. It's called Make It, and it's about Americans who moved abroad to start a life somewhere else, and how much they earn, how far does their dollar go there.
Everybody likes that. Like,
People
how
like
much
that.
can you get for $20 a day in Thailand or whatever? You know, it's all these these kind of, you know, how can you budget and stretch?
Yes, I live in Mexico. How far does my $10 a day go? Or something.
Yeah,
You know,
people
love
love
those
that's
kind
a
of
great.
videos.
It's like a fun thing. It's
And
entertaining.
I think China saw that and massaged that into videos because it leads to better retention. It makes people watch more. It makes people feel like, wow, like these people really, you can live real cheap over there. You know what I mean? And then you have authenticity branding. So this is the real China. This is tantalizing to people. You feel like it's like FOMO. It's like, I want to see what really happens there on the street, right? So this is the end. This is the key proof is not one title. It's a repeated structure: biography, hardship, routine, positive country image resolution. This is, in the end, you walk away from those series of videos. You go in thinking, oh, this is going to be like a real life look at China, and you walk away and say, oh, that place is really well off.
It's very easy to spot that it's just propaganda because there's never anything negative about the government. There's never anything negative about China. And if you were to reverse
that's what the loneliness is. They have the forced negativity. There's negativity.
Yeah, but it's just
but it's not anything that's going to hurt the government, right?
If you look at if anyone blogged in the USA and they were down on their luck and living in a van or something like that, they would be cursing the job situation, they'd be cursing the government, they'd be cursing policies, they'd be cursing, that their lack of opportunities and stuff.
Yes.
They would be very honest about things.
Oh, and people are, right? And we get those clips and we show them to you, right?
Yeah.
They're not in these vlogs.
No.
Right? And you can challenge these. Again, I don't think this is what's supported, right? China does do this. This is what's proven. This formula is like controlled by the government, right? What we can't prove is each and every channel works for this and that, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's unproven.
But it is propaganda. What you're seeing is curated propaganda. It's not organic.
Yeah, I want to read my quote here. The most plausible model here is a scalable CCP aligned. It's not necessarily CCP controlled from the absolute very top to the minutia.
Yes.
It's CCP aligned in that they're never going to break the mold. They're never going to criticize, right?
Sure.
And it benefits. It's like a two-way thing. It's like you get monetary incentive and the government gets to have this clean, polished image promoted, right? It's an international influence ecosystem where commercial MCNs and studios, AI localization and creator initiative incentives, and state communication strategy reinforce each other. So it's almost this perfect marriage.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I think you're being very fair, and it's good to be level-headed like that.
Yeah, because I don't want to single out a specific channel and say, whatever alone in China. I can't even remember any of their names.
Yeah.
There's thousands of them.
So whatever, add a double syllable in somewhere, Coco, Jojo,
whatever,
just something.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in China.
Exactly.
I'm so alone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say her channel isn't real. She's not like the outlier and be like, that's absolutely inorganic, because there's not going to be a paper trail, probably not going to be a paper trail of who is running what department.
Well, the proof is that she's on YouTube in the first place.
Correct.
And the only way to use a VPN is if you're going through one of these MCNs.
MCNs, yes.
Because if you're going on the internet and you're posting daily life in China and so on from within the confines of China and breaking through the firewall, you have to have permission to do that, especially if you're going to do public stuff. If you're doing it on the sly, if you're not revealing your face, if you're being sneaky about it, that's different, right?
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, this is my name and I live here and this is my neighborhood, you know that you cannot put anything on there unless you're getting permission.
It's also so funny to see thousands of them all at the exact same time.
Yes.
And again, here's the deal. I want to be super fair here and conclude this by saying I don't blame any of these people for doing this.
Sure.
Like, if you're going to live in China, that is just a job at that point.
Yeah, it's your job.
And you are Chinese, you're probably going to align yourself with China in some way.
But
and
I don't like deception. They are lying.
I don't either. Yeah. But my point is, I can't look at them and say, this is a demon over here. Look at how evil this is.
This is a dishonest person.
It's a dishonest...
lying and grifting.
It's a dishonest system.
Yeah.
And I just want people to be able to go out there and be able to spot that. Anyway, David's video was very thorough.
Yes.
We got a lot of our information from that. So go down below. We did link it.
Yes.
He did a really good job. He also made his own Lonely in China vlog.
Yeah, this is funny. Yeah. Shout out to David. Yeah. He's a great guy. Anyway, yeah. Guys, you missed this on Monday. Let's see what it is that you missed.
To get your glasses with prescription, you can go all the way down to $5.
Yeah.
In a glasses shop. One giant crock. What do you do with that? It doesn't have a slide. So you can get a claw machine from China for like $250 to $500. I mean, that's going to pay for itself within days, potentially.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about Gold Troll. This is one of the funniest things I've come across in a while.
It's good.
She won't let go. It's like, yeah, you can see it. In every scenario, the fake gold that he dug up was snatched away and stolen from him.
Sacred time. Sprayed it with water.
All around. Have you ever gone through a car wash? Holy crap. Like, I've got an armored vehicle then.
And it's like, here's your brain scan. It's literally like from a WebMD article from 1999.
Exactly. Large girl power vase.
No one's ever bought this. Why is there a grenade? Hey, we didn't tell you to do that. That's Barney said.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it in the USA, like I said, because I feel like it's sus.
Sure.
I feel like if you walk into one of those places, the cops are going to sweep in on a sting operation. Okay.
If you missed that, that was episode 211, where we talked about the worst possible products for sale in China, but also things that are wicked cheap in China that are really expensive in the US. We did price comparisons.
Yeah, it's an opposite. Yeah, it's an opposite of what we did before. Things that are very expensive in China that are cheap in the West.
Yes, and if you want to see both of those plus 210 episodes, go to patreon.com/ADV podcasts, and you will support us there. It's the best way to support us because almost all the money goes to us, and you get another show on top of it. So if you like what you're watching now, if you like Friday's show, the China show, you're going to love our Monday show because it's kind of more of the same, but it's a more targeted topic. It's interactive with the audience. You don't have to give super chats. We read everyone's question, right? It's a really,
We're doing
really
the C-Milk's Kitchen on Monday?
Yeah, so Monday I'm going to teach you guys live.
He's gonna cook something.
I'm going to cook live.
Yeah, a Chinese dish,
recipe.
yeah.
And I'm going to give you the recipe and I'm going to go through the whole thing with you and you can follow my video.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
It's going to be super fun.
Last time we do it live. We don't curate it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it might turn out terrible and you might poison us, but it might be amazing. Yeah, the first time was great.
Yeah.
Listen, we know it's a big ask, but if you have the means, we would absolutely love for you to join us.
Yes. So patreon.com/ADV podcasts.
Yep.
We'd love to have you. Can we give that?
Yeah, of course we can. Where is it? It's over here. It's somewhere here. It is. Oh yeah, here we go.
We love to have you. Come to China.
Wait.
We love to have you. Come to China.
Patreon. I don't know if that timed well, but
yeah, I don't think that timed very well, but that's good enough.
That was our thumbnail for the episode. You can look at that and decide whatever you want that to mean.
Yes,
so whatever,
for sure.
Whatever that means. So there's 3 tiers. You can check it out. Obviously, there's a secret 4th tier, but of course, we're not going to advertise that. That's outlandish. There are some people that donate there. But yeah, the half price tier gets you all the episodes right after they go live. And the full price tier will get you as they're live.
Yes.
Right? But if you have either of those, you can get access to the whole library.
Correct.
The backlog isn't like, this is like time sensitive when we cover news and stuff. They're not time sensitive.
Yeah, because they're the actual topics. Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent. Let's continue on. I think it's Worldview time where we talk about everything in the world, specifically with regards to China.
That is
Chinese
true.
ship has moved within 10 meters of the Philippine boat and is now actually hitting the ship with its water cannon. Right now we're looking at a China Coast Guard ship that's operating in very close proximity to a ship from the Philippines government. Both of these ships are operating in disputed waters close to Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea. Both Manila and Beijing claim that uninhabited rock for themselves. This is a flashpoint in the South China Sea. There are a number of similar disputes, and you can see just how close the Chinese vessel is to the Philippine ship. Both sides have been issuing warnings to each other. These types of confrontations happen all the time, daily, weekly. They've been going on for years, and we're getting a rare view at how close these large ships operate to each other.
Can I just say that the Chinese ship is disgusting and they should clean that carbon buildup of that soot.
A lot of carbon scoring. You guys must have seen some
soot off the side of it. I mean, have a little bit of pride. You know, like the Navy's supposed to be all ship shape.
Yeah, yes.
Not the Chinese Navy. It's more like shit shape. Sorry, excuse my language. But this is really ridiculous. Let's carry on.
We're being told we need to step inside. 10 meters. A definite escalation. And now it looks like our ship is taking a turn away from the Chinese ship.
That's such a bad look, by the way. They were next to the Philippines, right?
This whole Philippines thing is ridiculous because China claims that area arbitrarily. They said, we found an old map with a 9-dash line. The international ruling in 2016 said, no country in the world that's part of this international organization agrees with you. That belongs to the Philippines. It's literally off their shore. It's their waters, but China's like, no, it's ours. Yeah. So we're just going to send our Coast Guard to go and harass, people, shoot water cannons, and then we'll make racist cartoons about Philippine people being monkeys.
Yep.
Which is the other second thing. Remember, I said there were 2 things that might force China to change. Number 1 is this animal abuse incident. And number 2 is the rampant racism that they get away with all the time. Because they post vile stuff when it comes to India, when it comes to the Philippines, when it comes to America. They post vile, racist, xenophobic articles freely in international press through their Global Times or China Daily. And they always get away with it. But this is the first time they've had significant pushback against being racist. And it might actually force them to tone down their rhetoric.
Yeah.
It might.
I think it was such a bad look for China to spray the Filipino boat with an American journalist on it reporting.
Yeah, for sure.
It's such a bad look because now China can't be like, oh, that was just Filipino media.
Yeah.
No, it's international media.
Yeah, exactly.
They're trying to load her ship. You got any loader ships there? Trying to load her ship full of water.
Do, yeah. Yeah, let's find it. It is over here. Okay, excellent. So what's this article that you're showing
Little
us?
homework for you guys. Excellent article. America still has the upper hand over China, so it's about how if we continue to work with our allies, we can win over China as our current global competition against China, and that the cards are in our hands still.
Yeah.
Don't give up hope. It's a great article. Read that.
Yep. Yeah.
What we got here? This is your contribution.
Oh, yes.
Oops, sorry.
Beautiful place, eh? Indonesia?
Yes, in Indonesia.
This is beautiful and you ruin it. Shameful. Shameful.
Excuse me?
Literal Australia. You're
Where are you
shameful.
from?
Australia.
Where are you from?
Listen. Shame on you. Shame on you.
All right.
Chinese tourists behaving badly again, because I mean, sometimes it's difficult to blame them for littering because littering is never called out in China.
Yeah.
Very common. But when you go to a beautiful scenic spot, don't toss trash.
No.
But he did. Just happens to be a Chinese tourist, and they're calling him out. They're like, "This is a beautiful place. You're ruining it. Shame on you." You know what I mean?
Come back. Don't come back. I don't care. Don't litter. Hey. I don't care. You're rude. You should go.
You're rude.
You should say I'm a foreigner.
Iya, dia buang sampah di sini nggak bolehnya marah gitu.
That's what he should have said. I learned it from the AI video.
Yeah.
Don't throw, bro.
No, he's rude.
Julian, that's the problem. You lose face for the entire country.
You do.
Got to be careful. So what we've got here is our sticker thing. I did actually finally bring my water bottle with us
to show.
There's one of the stickers on there. Yes. So we're giving away stickers, and let's see who wins. Let's do it.
Our first winner today is Shakespeare KC.
Cool.
Congratulations. Someone will reach out to you.
Yep.
Next up for our sticker competition, we have Dan.
Dan the man.
Now that is a very specific word.
Yeah, somebody will be reaching out to you guys. Yeah.
We have our ways.
Yes.
Next up, we have plastic pole.
Okay, plastic pole. Yes. Excellent.
And the final winner for today, we have Space Cakes. Congratulations, guys. You'll be getting some stickers in the mail. Put them wherever you want.
Yeah,
Share it with the community if you want.
Water bottle. Put it somewhere where people can see on a billboard or something, or
like a community notice board. That would be cool.
Just don't stick it wherever stick it wherever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. It's up to you. It's a free country. It's a free country. All right, guys. Time for our Yamcha. This is our Q&A segment where we answer your questions and you question our answers. It is Friday, so hopefully you have a nice beverage, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, up to you. Anyway, it's time to loosen the tie. For those of you who are not watching us live or on the weekend, we bid you farewell. Stay awesome. For everyone else, we'll get stuck in.